Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is made possible by Assured Partners, Greg Young of Marshalltown, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, The Gregors Furniture and Mattress, Sports Plus, Wayward Social, Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown, Marshalltown School District, Scooters of Marshalltown, State Farm, mtownproud.com.
Safety! Dropped in the end zone. It's Niehaus. Feldman, that one will get in. That's a good point right there. A shot coming here. That's a goal. Lifted to left center field. Gets off the warning track into the wall. Transition three. Boom! Knocks that one down. And it's a goal. What a beautiful play. Dutton, look what I found over the first. It's a 3-on-1 all the way. Yes! There he goes.
Your home for the Bobcats, KFJB-TV. Welcome to the countdown to tip-off.
Welcome to snowy, windy Mason City as the Marshalltown Bobcats on the road tonight to take on the Mason City Riverhawks. Riverhawks stand at a mark of 2-2 on the season. Bobcats coming off a loss on Monday night. They stand at a mark of 4-2 as they look to bounce back on the road. This game postponed last Friday night due to the snow and wind conditions, but just as bad here tonight. But these two teams in the Iowa Alliance Conference gonna do battle. Reggie Spots is gone for Mason City. So is their team that made it to postseason play and bowed out in the first round against the Gilbert Tigers a year ago. Marshalltown Bobcats looking for some revenge in this game after a long losing streak to the Riverhawks, who have been dominant. A new head coach this year for Mason City as well. Katie Trask will now be manning things, taking over for Kirk Clausen, longtime head coach for the Riverhawks. We've got a good one coming up for you. It's a girls-boys doubleheader tonight from Mason City. Coming up next, we will chat with head coach Brian Murphy and get a preview of our matchup tonight between the Cats and the Hawks. This is News Talk 1230 AM 93.9 FM and watching right here on KFJB-TV.
Legends American Grill is the perfect place to watch your favorite team. Enjoy wings, nachos, steaks, and prime rib available on Friday and Saturday nights. It's game on for great food and your favorite drink to wash it down. You like burgers? Legends has fantastic, unique burger creations like this. The Legends Burger. Absolutely delicious. Gather with friends, enjoy your favorite team's games with the NFL Sunday Ticket, and make some memories. Legends American Grill in Marshalltown and our new Newton location, where the game is always on.
Marshalltown Community School District thanks you for voting yes in the referendum to move forward with the plan to remodel and modernize Miller Middle School and the enhancement to Franklin Field. We will continue to provide updates about this exciting project as they move forward in the process. There is so much positive energy for the future. Thanks for saying yes to our students and yes for Marshalltown. To learn more, go to marshalltowncsdfuture.com.
Back in on the countdown to tip-off, it is the Riverhawks and the Bobcats tonight, coming up in just a little bit, as we're now joined by head coach Brian Murphy for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Coach, coming off a loss on Monday night against the Southeast Polk Rams, but we talked with Megan Heitman, your assistant, last night on Bobcat Live, and she just talked about, that being a measuring stick game, but feeling like, against a opponent like Southeast Polk, who eventually went on to knock off Ankeny this week, kind of that measuring stick game, but also kind of living up to more of the expectations than maybe in the past against the CIML opponent. What did you kind of make of that game, the learning aspect that you can use kind of going forward with this team?
Yeah, and I think Megan referenced this as well on Bobcat Live, where we went back and watched the first quarter of film and basically looked at, okay, what if this happens instead, right? So we had an opening layup to start the game, can't finish the layup, right? And we had a couple of those bunnies early where, instead of being down, 6-0, 6 whatever, it can be 6-4, 7-4. And so we feel like if we capitalize on those early opportunities, the game just feels different, right? And there's a certain point where it becomes a mental test of, are you playing the game or are you playing the score, right? And I thought the score started mentally wearing us down, where you got to get those first couple buckets to fall to feel like you're in it, or else you almost feel like you're battling the game instead of just playing.
Back-to-back nights in the Iowa Lions Conference. Your first here tonight against Mason City. A very familiar opponent, but definitely a different look to this team in Mason City this year. Reggie Spots last year, she's gone now. She averaged about 16 points a game. It seemed like we were saying spots after one after another last year in these matchups. Just a very good player. They do have some returners, but what do you make of this team coming in here at a mark of 2-2?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they've got a couple of returners from last year, Trask and Falls. Falls missed most of last season with an injury, so we've seen her in the past, just not last year. And the combination of the two players gives them a very good inside-outside game. Trask is a very good outside shooter. Falls can kind of go inside and outside, kind of similar to Sid, where she'll play on the block or play outside. So we kind of know to slow them down as a team. We've got to slow those two down, where they might get some buckets, but they can't be efficient buckets, where we've got to make them work hard to score. And then ultimately we feel pretty good about our balance outscoring theirs. But again, similar to Southeast Polk, we got to take advantage of early opportunities to make sure that we're not digging ourselves a hole early.
Your team has handled some of that backcourt pressure pretty good this year, but getting into the front court, establishing that offense against a team like Mason City when they're constantly kind of pressuring you, and Megan talked a little bit about their defensive setup being a little bit unique as well. So what's your message to your ladies tonight heading in here facing what will be an aggressive Mason City team? Yeah,
I mean, just what you said. I mean, it is finding that balance of breaking the press. If there's an opportunity to turn that press against them, against Southeast Polk with their speed, that's a little bit harder. Against Mason City, we like our opportunity to turn some of that transition into buckets. And then ultimately, if it's not there, having the patience to get that swing action where suddenly their press is scrambling, and then it's that backside look that often creates the opportunities for us. So if we have the discipline to see what's there, appreciate if it's not there, swing the ball and make them scramble and kind of relocate to where our scores are, we feel pretty good about our chances tonight.
Frankie Long, number 2, right now in offensive rebounds in Class 5A. How key is that in a game like this?
Yeah, I mean, Frankie could and should be big for us tonight. She's got a significant size advantage. They really don't have anybody that plays that's taller than about 5'9". But one of the things that we have seen is, teams are going to be very physical and very intentional about trying to front her, sometimes doubling her to try to keep her off the board. And so we've got to make sure that number one, if she's there, we whether it's offensive rebounds or getting it into her. Within the offense, that's there. But then she also is kind of part of that recognition of, all right, hey, they're starting to double down in front, so we've got to be disciplined about, I'm going to go leave, get somebody else to cut through, then follow them back, where they've got to take care of two things. And when Frankie moves, that's usually where her offensive rebound come. So when she kind of gets stuck or she kind of drifts a little bit, that sometimes she's out of position. And that's, again, part of that growth thing that we're really trying to hammer home with her, is getting that feel for the game. And often when we shoot a shot in rhythm, as a team in rhythm, you can feel where a miss is going to go. And when she's locked in, she's really good about finding those and getting those putbacks put back in.
Well, it should be a fun one tonight. Riverhawks Bobcats coming up. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, that is head coach Brian Murphy with us on our countdown to tip-off. Starters next when we come back right here on KFJB-TV.
Some say life is like a road trip. Is it a coincidence Scooter's Coffee is a drive-thru? We don't think so. Whether you need a coffee while you enjoy the view, to just get you through the long stretch, or to refuel between stops, Scooter's Coffee is there, brewing up delicious coffee, espresso blenders, smoothies, iced drinks, and more, with the convenience of a drive-thru so you can stay on the road and enjoy the ride. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooters in Marshalltown.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is sponsored by the Marshalltown School District. Embrace the lead. Scooters of Marshalltown. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. And State Farm. mtownproud.com.
Welcome back to Mason City. The Riverhawks and the Bobcats getting warmed up for our contest here tonight. As definitely hit some blowing and drifting snow, and snow is falling here, and very windy at Mason City High School. So glad we made the trip, and of course the girls and boys team going to do battle here in just a little bit. Let's get to tonight's starting lineups for the girls game, all brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. Let them deliver for you while we deliver you the starting lineups for tonight. Behind first-year head coach Katie Trask, the Mason City Riverhawks stand at a mark of 2-2. Lineup goes like this. 5'4" junior guard number 4 Brogan Evans will start. 4.2 points per game, averages nearly 2 assists per game, and shoots it from 67% at the free throw stripe. Number 20, Michaela Trask, 10.5 points per game, 4 rebounds, 4 assists per game, and 4 steals, and she shoots it 38% from beyond distance. 5'7" senior guard in Michaela Trask. Number 22, Grayson Braun will start tonight, averaging nearly 2 points per game and 6 rebounds per game, a 5'7" junior forward. Number 24, Anna Latham, I don't believe a relation to Tom Latham, 8 points per game, 2 rebounds per game, 3 assists, 3 steals per game. Shoots at 44% from the floor and has not attempted a free throw this year, a 5'6" sophomore guard. And rounding out the starting 5 for the Riverhawks, number 52, Zariah Falls, 12 points per game, nearly 4 rebounds, nearly 3 assists, and nearly 5 steals per game on the season, a 5'9" senior. A year ago in this matchup, in the first game, she had 5 points and 3 rebounds, and then was out for the second matchup against the Bobcats. She is a guard, Zariah Falls, number 52. All right, that'll round things out for the Mason City Riverhawks, who are averaging nearly 50 points a game, giving up just 38. On the other side of things, for the Marshalltown Bobcats, behind sixth-year head coach Brian Murphy, standing at a mark of 4-2 on the season. Bobcats look like this in the starting lineup tonight. Number 20, Millie Heitman gets the go. A 6-foot junior forward, 5 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, 3 assists coming into this matchup. Number 23, Georgia Jansen, averaging 5 points per game, 4 rebounds per game. She is a 5'11" junior forward. Number 35, Ellie Hughes, 5 points per game, 8 rebounds per game. That's tied for 18th in Class 5A in girls basketball, along with her teammate Frankie Long. They're both tied there at 18th. In 5A, averaging 8 rebounds per game. Hughes, a 5'8" senior forward for the Bobcats. Number 40, Sydney Capeyu, 8 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, averaging just over 2 steals per game as well for the 5'8" senior forward. And rounding out the 5 for Coach Murphy, number 44, Frankie Long, 6.3 points per game, 8 rebounds a game like we mentioned, also averaging nearly 3 blocks per game. She stands at a mark of 2.8 blocks per game. That is second in Class 5A for the 6'2" sophomore center. That's the 5 and how things will look here tonight in our Sandvik starting lineups. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll get our keys to the game. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV. Back at Mason City High School for the Bobcats and the Riverhawks. Tip-off right around the corner as the starters just about ready to be introduced here at Mason City High. Time for our keys to the game here tonight, all brought to you by First Rate Real Estate, FirstRateTeam.com. Well, for the Bobcats, it is stay on Trask. Yeah, much like stayed on task. They got to stay on Michaela Trask here tonight. And as I mentioned, she averages 10.5 points per game, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. She can do it all. Shoots it at 73% from the free throw line and 38% from the floor, including from long distance. 9 points, 6 steals in the first matchup against the Bobcats last year, as Mason City leads this all-time series 29-4 since 2008. Last year it was a 44-10 and a 60-14 win for the Riverhawks in both contests. Meanwhile, for the Riverhawks, battle of the bigs. Can they match up with Frankie Long? As she is second in 5A in those blocks per game. Plus, she is fifth right now in 5A in 4.2 offensive rebounds per game. And she shoots it at 46% from the free throw line, but 44% from the field, and a lot of those shots coming inside the paint. We'll see if they can shut down the big inside in Frankie Long for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Again, that's our keys to the game tonight, all sponsored by First Rate Real Estate, FirstRateTeam.com. Tip-off between the Bobcats and the Riverhawks coming up in just a moment. Boys game to follow our girls contest here tonight. Thanks so much to all those who joined us at Bobcat Live last night and Wayward Social. Bobcat Live will return January 9th as we'll get going after the winter break. But we had a great roundtable with the girls basketball team. Learned a little something about that. So if you missed that show last night, of course, you can rewatch anything for free here on KFJB-TV. Be sure to hit the like button here tonight and support our broadcasting coverage of Bobcat Athletics. Be sure to subscribe and also turn on those alerts so you get the upcoming game notifications. Tip-off between the Riverhawks and the Cats next, right here on News Talk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM, and on KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or the company party with plenty of space for everyone. Visit Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to start planning your group outing at Wayward Social, the place for fun.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
Brandon Lewis, David Braga, our producer tonight. Jeff Brooks, our producer back on the radio side. Is Lakin Eastman and Keith Stewart on camera work here tonight. Bobcats in their road, red tops and bottoms, blue numbers outlined in white. Meanwhile, for the Mason City Riverhawks, white tops and bottoms, black numbers outlined in red. Well, a snowy, windy night, a lot of drifting on the roadways, but both teams made it here tonight to Mason City all right. And hopefully the weather calms down a little bit. It was pretty windy out there here tonight with some snow moving through. We are good to go for the girls' game as tip-off just in a moment as Frankie Long will jump for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Zariah Falls will jump for Mason City. Ball up in the air, and we are underway. It will go in the Bobcat backcourt and touched by Mason City. And it will be Bobcat basketball as it goes actually into their front court. All right, we are underway as Sydney Capello will pass inbound after the jump went out of play right in front of the Mason City bench. Ellie Hughes with the basketball out high, trying to find a backdoor pass to Millie Heitman. It's knocked away. Feed out to Ellie Hughes. 3 off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound brought in by Anna Latham. And Mason City will work on the offensive end. Latham will pick up a loose ball and drains it from straight on at the top of the key. Bobcats just lost Latham after that ball was rolling around on the ground. Heitman gets it into the front court. A little push right there as Brogan Evans guarding on her. Evans knocks the basketball out of bounds just to the left of the bench for the Riverhawks. And so Bobcat basketball as Capello will look to inbound it here. It's the basketball from the official, and we'll pass it in to Millie Heitman. She'll stretch over the head of Evans to haul in that inbound pass, and now Capello will get it back on the right wing. Drive inside down to the right block against 3 Riverhawks, and a travel is called on Capello and a turnover back to the Hawks, who lead it 3-0. 7:07 to go in this opening quarter of action here in Mason City. Latham controlling the point, hands off up high to Michaela Trask. She'll roll to the left wing, takes a 3 as she bought a little bit of space. Missed it, a put back inside. Nobody boxes out, though, is charging in is Trask after her own miss, but the Bobcats come away with it with Ellie Hughes. Almost got beat out there. So there was 3 Bobcats in the area, and Trask came in and almost stole that away. Millie Heitman drives down to the baseline, kicks to the other side of the near side baseline. Jumper no good, but the rebound putback is good by Frankie Long on the right block, and Long with her first bucket of the night. And she'll get set back in defensively as Latham brings it over the MC logo at midcourt. Backdoor pass to Trask as she found a pass from Grayson Braun. And Trask is going to be fouled on her way up. And that foul on the arm going to be on the Bobcats' Ellie Hughes. That'll be her first of the night. We're way up top, almost in a crow's nest here tonight. So kind of boxed out from almost all of the shot clocks and everything here tonight, but if you lean just a little bit, an inch to the left or right, you can kind of make out everything here. First free throw is up, and it is good, but the second one no good, but a rebound by Falls. She takes it out to the near side corner, drives in, right block. She's blocked by Frankie Long. So Trask split him at the line. And it's 4-2, but the Bobcats throw a turnover and a quick fast break to Grayson Braun. And on the right side, she'll finish for 2. And Braun with her first bucket of the night as she averages just 1.8 points per game. A trap across midcourt. Capello gets trapped right on the Riverhawk logo. Script in front of the Riverhawk bench. She gets tied up as the Riverhawks knock it out of bounds. Stays with the Bobcats with 25 of the shot clock. A pass inside, but a little bit strong to Frankie Long from Millie Heitman. Turnover, back in transition. Evans cherry picking down the left block. Misses the easy jumper, and Georgia Jansen comes away with a rebound, but she's holding her left eye. Might have got poked right there. She looks to be okay as Heitman brings it up court. Swings it to Capello in the far side corner. Bobcats going right to left on your radio dial and your TV screen here tonight. A throwaway by Capello looking inside. Nobody there. Falls, controls the basketball in the left wing. Heitman tips it away from her, out of her hands, gathers it back in. Heitman picks her back up on the right wing. Now Falls loses the basketball, tries to throw it into Trask with 15 seconds on the shot clock, and a long jumper inside the arc from 15 foot out on the near side is good for Trask, and head coach Brian Murphy wants a timeout. 5:01 first quarter. It's 8-2 Hawks on top of the Bobcats on KFJB-TV.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown, and they are proud to support Marshalltown Bobcat Athletics. If you need a new recliner to relax in, or perhaps a new dining set for the whole family, shop McGregor's. They also have a good selection of luxurious sectional sofas. Score the mattress of your dreams with an assist from the McGregor's friendly and knowledgeable staff. You'll be the household MVP when you bring home the winning selection from McGregor's Furniture and Mattress downtown Marshalltown. Open 7 days a week.
Hi, my name is Ruby Bonrostro, and you're watching KFJB-TV.
8-2 Riverhawks on top of the Marshalltown Bobcats as both teams looking for their first Iowa Alliance Conference North victory here tonight. Mason City was supposed to play Tuesday against Fort Dodge. That was postponed, and then this game was postponed last Friday, so they have not played a game since December 10th. So how about that? 9 days off. And now the Riverhawks, out of the timeout by the Bobcats, draw a charge. That'll be on Ellie Hughes, so quickly her second foul of the night. 4:50 to go. The opening quarter of play on the road tonight.
Well, better start than last year. It was 9-0 after the first quarter of play. Bobcats played tough last year against a very good Mason City team. Sidney Capeyu knocks the ball out of bounds into the student section on the near side as Riverhawks in the front court. 22 left on the shot clock for Mason City. Finally inbound the basketball to Trask. She'll feed to Latham, right wing, an air ball of a three. Trask is out of bounds in the baseline as she tried to tap that one back inbounds and save it. Could not do so. Bobcat basketball as they look to cut this down to a 2-possession game on this possession. 4.5 minutes to go, first quarter, 8-2. Capeyu now to run the point. She'll trot across the 10-second line into the front court. Drives down the left block, kicks it out to Heitman. Bat pass, tipped away. Turnover. Birding has it, almost carried the basketball. Feeds to Trask, right wing. Three pops off the iron. And Frankie Long is there to haul it in, as she has been very good on the offensive side of things, rebounding-wise. 5th in 5A in offensive rebounds. Capeyu picks up her dribble. Tosses to Ellie Hughes. It's strong, but Heitman picks it up on the left block. Goes up, can't get to it. Georgia Jansen flies in, tries to get the rebound, but pokes it out of bounds. Back to the Riverhawks, still 8-2 our score. Riverhawks with Latham still running the points. She'll pass it left wing to Birding, gets a feed back, but nothing doing as Frankie Long stands over her. And as she does that, it forces Birding into a tough situation. And she got it back to Latham, and then Latham got tied up with Long down low, lose the basketball out of bounds on the baseline. Back to the Cats, quickly into the front court, feed it into Long, off the glass, might have got blocked from behind, but just off the right side of the iron, a miss. Falls comes away with the basketball. She'll go coast to coast. And a travel as she tied up, tried to drive between Capeyu, and I believe that was Hughes. And in that, she traveled. So a turnover on the Riverhawks with 3:23 first quarter. Back to the Cats. And now some full court pressure being picked up. Capeyu inbounds to Heitman, gets it right back to her, throws it up to Georgia Jansen, and Jansen fouled by Falls from behind as Jansen hits the floor on the near side. Been roughed up a little bit early here tonight. Georgia Jansen will check out as Morgan Hildebrand will check in and replace her as head coach Brian Murphy makes sure that Georgia Jansen okay. As looks like Georgia is okay, but definitely took a little bit of a beating from behind by Falls right there. Hildebrand gets the inbounds, passes it right back to Capeyu. Capeyu will look up to midcourt to Heitman. Heitman tries to pass to Hughes, but it's deflected by Falls. And just a mounting number of turnovers now, as the shot clock did not reset there. And they'll take 2 seconds off, so 33 on the shot clock as the officials get that worked out with the scores table. 3:06 remaining in the first quarter. Bobcats averaging 38 points per game, giving up 34. Of course, off to a 4-2 start. And on the inbound play, looked like Morgan Hildebrand was stepping over the inbound line, so they'll reset here. And now Hughes comes up with a steal as they pass it inbounds to Savannah Davis, but has it taken away. Hildebrand over midcourt, picks up her dribble and a travel as she moved her pivot foot, and it's right back to the Riverhawks. We've been stuck at 8-2 for at least a couple of minutes now, and both these teams just trading turnovers. Mason City averages 15 turnovers a game. Bobcats averaging 21. That's down 12 turnovers a game a year ago. And now the Riverhawks on cue turn it over. Bad pass as Capeyu picks it off. And she'll turn around and bring it into the front court as she's tripped. Goes down to the and a timeout. She goes down to the ground, and a timeout called by head coach Brian Murphy as she got tied up with Maggie Birding of the Riverhawks. 2:36 first quarter. It's 8-2 Hawks still on KFJB-TV.
Sportsmanship starts with us.
As a student athlete, I need to model good behavior and represent my school appropriately.
That means respecting my teammates, coaches, opponents, the officials, and fans.
If I do that, so will others, and being a good sport becomes a way of life.
To all of Iowa's student athletes getting ready to compete, remember, sportsmanship starts with us.
Still our score. It's a deadlock here in Mason City, much like out in the parking lot with all the snow and wind here tonight. We'll get some scoreboard updates around Central Iowa coming up. I know a game's just getting underway thanks to our very own Jeff Brooks back at the KFJB-TV studios. Radio studios, that is. I'm Brandon Lewis. Great to have you along tonight for our doubleheader coverage. And then tomorrow night, back home inside the Roundhouse for a doubleheader against the Fort Dodge Dodgers. Out of the timeout, Morgan Hildebrand will have the basketball ripped away by Trask, and she'll take it in for the right-handed layup. And Trask will have her second bucket of the night, including a free throw. She has 5 points on the evening, half the Mason City points. Now on the inbound, steals it away again from Hildebrand. And Brogan Evans gets the basketball in the left block. Her shot, no good, does not even draw a backboard. And now the Bobcats trying to work it over. Oh, my word. What is going on? Both teams throwing it back and forth. Bobcats had it, and Riverhawks gathered it back in. And now another shot comes up errant from the far side of the Bobcats. Back with the basketball. Will push it into the front court. And it looks like a tie-up on the rebound after a missed Bobcat shot. And a jump ball is called. Possession arrow is with Mason City. (10-2) our score with 1:45 and counting here in the opening quarter play. Mason City back with the basketball. And a three promptly by Brogan Evans as she got the feed from the top from Latham. And Brogan Evans knocks down her first bucket of the night. An 11-point three-point percentage coming into this one. And the Bobcats, you guessed it, another turnover. Heitman does block the three attempt by Grayson Braun. Got a fingertip on it. Rolls out of bounds on the baseline. Last touch by Mason City as Maggie Birding went for the rebound. Not able to gather it back in. And Capeyu will inbound at baseline far side with 1:22. Turnover fest by both teams. And now on the inbound, Heitman turns it over. She tried to feed it back to Capeyu. And an easy bucket inside. 7 points for Trask now. And the Bobcats feeling the pressure on the road here tonight. Georgia Jansen into the front court. Had a good look, but sails it way over the head of Frankie Long, which is usually a tough task to do as she stands at 6'2", and another turnover by the Bobcats with 1:05 first quarter. Under a minute to go now. Wide open far side corner. I don't know how somebody missed Brogan Evans, but they did, and she knocks down her second three of the quarter. She has 6 now. Heitman pushes it into the front court, but Mason City's trailing from behind. Heitman throws it away as she got pushed to the end line. Birding picks it off. Here goes Mason City back the other way, and that is routine basketball. Braun on the right block off the glass for 2, and just like that, it's 20-2. Ball tipped away. Frankie Long comes up with it. Layup is good for Frankie as she has all 4 Bobcat points, and she draws the foul from behind. And the trailing foul is going to be on Piper Johnson, her first foul of the night. And a free throw to come for Frankie Long is on the season for Frankie, a 46% free throw shooter. Falls will check back into the matchup as she replaces Grayson Braun for the Riverhawks. Frankie for the and one to draw it within 15. And she cannot do so. It's missed. And the final shot of the quarter will come from Mason City with 20 seconds to go. But they'll take one early. And Trask had a little bit of room in the near side corner, and she knocks down the three. Maybe this is the same old Mason City team
against the Bobcats. It's 23-4, and the Bobcats are looking like they did not get off the bus here tonight, as Mason City just taking them here tonight with turnover after turnover, and now those turnovers, points off turnovers, mounting as 3 threes within the last few moments. Evans has hit 2, Trask hit 1, and then Anna Latham way earlier in this first quarter knocked down a 3 as well. Jansen almost turns it over. Bobcats get into the front court, but can't get a shot off before the end of the first quarter. It's 23-4. Bobcats trailing on the road at Mason City right here on KFJB-TV.
Your future starts now. Marshalltown Community College is now enrolling for spring classes. Whether you're pursuing a degree, certificate, transferring to a 4-year university, or just looking for a few credits, MCC has the program for you. Flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and expert faculty. Do you have a busy schedule but still looking to continue your education? Check out the online programs MCC has to offer. Earn your degree completely online. It's all here at MCC. Enroll today and start your journey to success. Visit mcc.iavalley.edu.
Scoreboard update on KFJB-TV and News Talk 1230 AM 93.9 FM. At the end of the first, South Hardin leading Appleton Parkersburg 14-7. At the end of the first, Iowa Falls trails St. Edmunds 8-6. At halftime, North Polk is leading Indianola 20-14. And with 3:22 left in the second quarter, Cedar Falls is leading Ankeny right now 19-9. We'll get you more scores as we go throughout the night, thanks to Jeff Brooks back at our radio studios. All right, a lot of turnovers in that first quarter. We'll see if the Bobcats can clear that and head in to the second quarter fresh, trailing 23-14. Mason City with a basketball. Falls, drives into the paint, dishes behind her, and finds a trailing Savannah Davis at the free throw line. Jumper's no good. Bobcats, Hildebrand in the area, tried for the rebound, loses it out of bounds in the baseline. 20 seconds gone in this second quarter, and Mason City will keep the basketball with a fresh shot clock. Mason City finally finds somebody to inbound it to. It's Savannah Davis. She'll pass it to the free throw line. Piper Johnson just kind of spinning around. Now she'll feed it to Brogan Evans at the top. Now back to Falls right wing. She'll use a screen, pick and roll, not there as Hughes picks it off. And she'll pass it up to Jansen, who will get it back to Hildebrand. And she'll head over the midcourt logo and into the front court. Dishes underhand to Hughes. Now to the right wing as Nia Lott is checked in for the Bobcats. Jansen left wing gets a feed from Millie Heitman, and Jansen just losing the basketball. Falls turns her over. Falls will charge. Jansen from behind trailing, can't stop the play. The drive too good by Falls, and she has her first bucket of the night, and it's a 21-point lead now. If you are turning it over like the Bobcats did in the first and now the second quarter, just not a way to hang around in a game where Mason City now picks off a pass inside to Hughes, and it's back the other way. And Savannah Davis got it. Anna Latham brings it up court. Ellie Hughes with a nice shot block attempt right there. Got a piece of it, and now Hildebrand gets tied up with Savannah Davis at the free throw line. Possession arrow is with the Bobcats. And with 6:25 second quarter, Bobcats get the ball back, trailing by 21, as Millie Heitman will inbound it momentarily. Maggie Birding as well as Michaela Trask will check back into the game. Trask averaging 21 points per game, filling up the stat column this year. Jansen gets the inbound pass. Looks up to Nia Lott, but she kind of throws it in between her and Hughes, and it's turned over. They'll go inside, but a short miss by Grayson Braun. Millie Heitman kind of got in the way of that, gets the rebound, and she'll bring it up court. So we approach the 6-minute mark in the second quarter. Hughes throws it to Nia Lott on the right wing, drives in, hits the deck, stumbled, no foul called. Here goes Mason City the other way. Trask has it, dribbles behind her back and feeds it to the top of the key to Latham. Now down low to the right block. Birding has it, misses it. Gets the rebound and tries to put it back, but she gets tied up on the way. I don't believe they're going to rule a shooting foul. That will just be a foul on the floor. And the scores table not putting if that was a jump ball or a foul there. Did not see an indication of a foul being called on the Bobcats. And on the inbound, a turnover. Back to the Bobcats. Heitman will get it over midcourt as she finds Ellie Hughes. Hughes finds Long down on the left block, and the Bobcats will need to do more of that to get themselves back into this one here tonight. As just good ball movement right there by the Cats to break the backcourt press. But as Mason City Riverhawks move it around the perimeter, Grayson Braun finds herself wide open on the right wing. Three is no good. Rebound clear out to Millie Heitman as she'll dribble to the right wing. Now kicks left wing, around the perimeter they go. And Hughes drops it into Heitman, but she can't control the basketball. Turnover on the Bobcats. And as Mason City gets it into the front court, Katie Trask, head coach for Mason City, wants a timeout with 5:08 second quarter. It's 25-6. Bobcats trailing by 19 on KFJB-TV.
Bobcat Nation, I'm Mia Agnaga, and you're watching KFJB-TV.
Frankie Long with 6 points, all of them here tonight for the Marshalltown Bobcats. 25-6 our score. Mason City just took a timeout behind head coach Katie Trask in her first year, but obviously not new to basketball, as Nick Trask is the head boys basketball coach. And Michaela Trask, one of the stars for this Mason City Riverhawks squad. Riverhawks with it on the offensive end of things. Near side corner three off the left side of the iron for Maggie Birding, who tried her luck there. And on the rebound, a push from behind on the Bobcats. And a foul will come. That'll be the first foul of the quarter. First foul of the night for Frankie Long. Baseline throw-in. And on the throw-in, they find Grayson Braun. Turnaround jumper is no good. Frankie Long hauls in the rebound, brings the basketball down, didn't keep that one up, and allowed Falls to reach in and get a tie-up, and the possession arrow is with Mason City. Frankie Long stands at 6'2", and the next closest in height is 5'10", in Piper Johnson. And she's not even on the floor right now for Mason City. So Frankie will definitely learn to use that height to her advantage. Just bringing that ball down allowed Mason City to get that tie-up. "19-point game is Mason City basketball. Georgia Jansen swats away the inbound pass into the backcourt. It will stay with Mason City, but they're going to have to bring this one all the way back into the front court, and now just 24 seconds remaining on the shot clock with 4:35 to play here in the second quarter. Latham into the front court, looks to the left wing, falls, almost got beat out for the basketball by Millie Heitman, but is able to gather it in. Hands off to Latham, way up high. Now she dribbles to the free throw line, takes a floater in the paint, no good, but couple of Bobcats there, and Ellie Hughes to try to get the rebound, but coming from behind, Latham pokes it out of bounds on the baseline, and it is back to the Bobcats as going down the tunnel is Sydney Capeyu. She has to gather that basketball back, and we are good to go now with 4:12 second quarter. Capeyu now to run the point for the Bobcats. At the top of the key. Almost got her pocket picked. She'll feed it right wing. Now to Jansen, top of the key. She loses the basketball, brings it back in almost at the midcourt stripe. And over and back, but is able to get to Heitman. Heitman drives down to left block, feeds it back to Jansen. Now Ellie Hughes, top of the key. She was wide open, opts to pass it to Capeyu at the right block, takes a jumper, might have had it deflected. Right back to her, though, goes up strong, and Sydney Capeyu gets her first bucket of the night, 25-8. Cats trying to work their way back into this matchup here tonight. And now Frankie Long will block the shot of Brogan Evans as she drives down to the right block. Out on the Cats on the baseline with 3:29. Jansen swats at the inbound, but Birding will come away with the basketball. Clears it to Falls. She'll reset the offense. Now goes against Heitman down the right side of the paint. She loses her footing. Bobcats come away with the basketball. And the Bobcats quickly into the front court. Jansen has it, loses it, gets it to Capeyu at the top of the key. Now to Frankie Long near side corner, dribbles out. Thought she was going to hand it to Hughes, did not. Now she'll hand off to Heitman. Rolls around down to the right block as now Jansen has it. Cuts baseline off the right side of the iron. A close shot. Good cut right there by Jansen from the far side corner, but just could not finish at the iron. And quickly down court, Mason City has it. A bunny on the right block is missed by Braun. It was strong. And the Bobcats have the basketball now as we approach 2.5 minutes to go before halftime. Heitman not really picked up till she gets on the left block. She'll feed it back out to Capeyu, top of the key. Three is missed, but Heitman saves it from going out of bounds. Mason City will come up with it. Here goes Latham all the way to the left block, and Hughes will catch her on the left arm, and that will mean 2 free throws coming for Anna Latham. This will be her first trip to the night. She has 3 points with a 3-point bucket in that opening quarter. Latham, so far this year, has not made a free throw. And 2 to come. The 2-2 Riverhawks. And Latham will knock down the first free throw. Second one to come here momentarily. Nia Lott will check back into the contest for the Bobcats. And she'll spell Ellie Hughes. And the free throw is good. So Latham knocks down both, and it's back to a 19-point game. 27-8, Cats trailing. Hildebrand now running the point for the Bobcats as she's over the timeline. Dribbles to the right wing. And loses the basketball. Just got a little wild with her dribble. Basketball popped up. I'm not sure if that hit her in the toe, but nevertheless, it's a turnover on the Bobcats. 2:10 to go before halftime. Coming up at halftime, we will have our Cat Connection with Lucas Bance, senior wrestler for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Mason City joining the turnover fair as they lose this one on the near side. Bobcat basketball with Heitman. Passes into Hildebrand, who looks up court to the near side corner to Capeyu. Grayson Braun guarding her. Surveys, now gets it to Hildebrand at the top of the key. Hildebrand has her pocket pick, but Heitman comes up with it, but I believe it's going to be a foul on the floor at the free throw line. They say a reach in on Heitman. And she was driving. Brogan Evans will be picking up her first foul of the night. And the clock stops at 1:44 to go before halftime. Nia Lott inbounding. Almost picks up her feet on the inbound play, but luckily got that one in to Hildebrand. Around the perimeter, they work it to the right wing. Now give and go to Frankie Long. Falls, blocks her shot with authority, and back the other way it will go. And an easy layup missed by Grayson Braun, and the Bobcats come up with a rebound with 1:20 to go before halftime. Capeyu bringing it up. Gets it to Nia Lott. Lott tries to force it into Long. It's a turnover. Falls will bring it up the far side. Now dribbles to the left block, and Frankie Long coming from behind gets in the way. I think maybe bump Falls, and that will be the second foul of the night on Frankie Long. And actually, they're going to say it's on Nia Lott, who is on the far side of the play. Originally guarding Falls, and she made a hard cut from the left wing and dribbled down to the left block. So Falls at the line for 2. And the first one is in and out for Falls. 2 points tonight. Falls just a 33% free throw shooter on the season, 5'9" senior. Out sometime last year with an injury. But so far healthy through 4 games, heading into the 5th here tonight for Mason City. Falls' second free throw's up, and this one is good. She splits him at the line. Makes it a 20-point lead now, 28-8. Bobcats in the backcourt. Some dangerous passes. Capello ahead to Heitman. Now finds Jansen. Now Hildebrand into the paint. Bounce pass way too hard for Frankie Long. Bounced up and hit her in the chest. That was just a screamer of a pass by Hildebrand. And Mason City looks to extend their lead now, leading by 20. Latham dribbles to the right wing. Passes back to Falls. Bad pass there. Frankie Long almost came up with it. Now Falls drives down to the right block as she goes past Hildebrand. And her and Frankie Long didn't quite rotate there. And that was an easy bucket for Falls. And now the Bobcats, with the shot clock off, get it into the front court with Jansen. Jansen almost trapped way out high, loses it. Did get it to Heitman. Now the look inside to Capello, but it's tipped away. 10 seconds to go. And Mason City thought the time was running out. They throw up a desperation half-court shot, but there was still 8 seconds to go. Now Jansen takes a long bucket. Wow, from way out. Couple feet away from the MC logo at midcourt, and Georgia Jansen puts it up for 3. And we'll get a look at that here in a moment. But 30-11 is our halftime score as, holy smokes, Georgia Jansen takes a long 3 at the buzzer and ends up knocking it down here as we head to halftime. Let's take a look at that again on KFJB-TV. Yeah, just a couple feet away from that MC logo at midcourt, and that was nothing but net right there for Georgia Jansen. Well, the Bobcats in a big hole, but get a big bucket right before they head to halftime. It's 30-11. Riverhawks on top of the Cats right here on KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
'Tis the season at Greg Young Chevrolet of Marshalltown. Starting Black Friday, when you buy a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, you'll receive a 65-inch TV and up to $500 to spend at local businesses. It's the perfect time to upgrade your ride and celebrate the season. But hurry, this offer ends December 31st. Visit us on South Center Street just north of Highway 30 or online at GregYoungMarshalltown.com. Make this holiday season one to remember with Greg Young Chevrolet of Marshalltown.
The Halftime Report, presented by Scouting America. Adventure on.
32-11 at halftime. The Riverhawks leading your Marshalltown Bobcats. Hawks are 2-2. Cats are 4-2. In their first Iowa Alliance North Conference matchup of the season. At the break for the Riverhawks, Brogan Evans with 6 for the Riverhawks. Michaela Trask leads with 10. 4 for Grayson Braun. Anna Latham with 5. And Zariah Falls with 5 at the break as well. For the Bobcats, Georgia Jansen with that late 3 before halftime. Sydney Capello with 2. And Frankie Long leads with 6. Our Cat Connection is coming up next when we come back. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
When my kids come home from camp, they're so excited. They go on and on about all the activities they got to do.
My son loves to go fishing,
Cooking, photography, kayaking,
zip line, archery,
robotics, camping, oceanography,
swimming,
and radio.
He's got so many fun stories that he would share that we just wouldn't have otherwise.
Being involved in scouting, my boys have made lifelong friendships.
I would recommend putting your kids in scouting. It's a great way for them to learn skills while having fun.
Marshalltown Community School District thanks you for voting yes in the referendum to move forward with the plan to remodel and modernize Miller Middle School and the enhancement to Franklin Field. We will continue to provide updates about this exciting project as they move forward in the process. There is so much positive energy for the future. Thanks for saying yes to our students and yes for Marshalltown. To learn more, go to marshalltowncsdfuture.com.
The Cat Connection, sponsored by State Farm, mtownproud.com.
That's right, it's our Cat Connection, all brought to you by Tyler Pashong, State Farm Agency, mtownproud.com. We are here with senior wrestler for the Marshalltown Bobcats, Lucas Band, 6-1 record. You wrestle at the 138 class. All right, so tell me about your season so far. How's it kind of been living up to your expectations?
I think it's been great. I've only had one loss so far against a fairly good opponent, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, and of course we had some of your reaction here on KFJB-TV recently as you took on Waterloo West and Lincoln. Just watching you in that one, it seems like you're kind of a bulldog out there on the wrestling mat. How would you kind of say your style is when you go out there and each and every night and head out on the mat?
I would say I'm very high-paced. I really just, I do cross-country, so I'm really proud of my conditioning here. So I really just try to push the pace, make sure they get tired before I do.
Yeah. Those 3 rounds, it takes a lot out of you, right? Physically, how much would you say you are preparing and training and getting your body ready to go?
Yeah, I say practice is pretty much nonstop besides just working on technique, but once we start going live, it's continuous motion from there on out for upwards to 30 minutes on, and it's high-paced, so...
All right, so your dad, Eric, wrestled at Wartburg, and so I know wrestling runs kind of rich in your family. How much of an inspiration was your dad and maybe his career and things you learned from him?
Yeah, he's really pushed me since I was young, bringing me into high school practices when he helped volunteer. I've really been wrestling all my life, and he's played a pretty big impact on my wrestling career so far.
Yeah. And all right, now he was telling me that you're looking at college. You actually went out to a school in Indiana, possibly to go wrestle at the next level. What's that experience been like to maybe further your wrestling career?
Yeah, so far it's only been one college visit, but it's definitely an opportunity. I'm not entirely sure if I really want to wrestle at the next level yet, but I'm sure I'll figure that out by the end of the season.
Yeah. You went to the state tournament last year for the first time in your varsity career. What was that experience? What did you learn the most out of it?
I think really just the high level of competition there really pushed me, and really acknowledging the next level of wrestling that I really need to compete at if I want to be at that level. So it's really an inspiration.
I'm sure Xavier Anderson and guys like that are also an inspiration. How do they help you in practice?
Yeah, he's a good role model. I try to be like him, so just try to keep everybody up and moving. So
yeah. Obviously, a wrestling program has struggled at times in its past, but you guys really having a solid start to the season. What's it meant to you in your senior season to see the success you guys have had out there on the mat?
I think it's awesome. I think it's great. It's really fun to see how much we've come and how much Cross has really developed this program into what it is today.
Where do you think that development has come from? Just commitment at the lower levels or just commitment overall from the team?
I say we really have a good core group of guys here like Xavier, Nick, Colby, and myself really. Just being good role models and really pushing Marshalltown wrestling to the next level, just competing in the higher level here.
Yeah. All right, so you mentioned track. I know you're out for wrestling. What other activities are you involved in during the school year?
So I run cross country, of course. I said that already, and then I play tennis too. It's kind of like my fun sport after this grueling season. So it's pretty fun. I enjoy it.
That seems like the reward to all the hard work for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, best of luck your rest of your senior season.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is Lucas Bantz with us here as our Cat Connection, all brought to you by Tyler Pashong, State Farm Agency, mtownproud.com.
I'm Tyler Pashong, MHS graduate in 2008.
And I'm Justice Fisherson, 2020 Marshalltown graduate.
My family, along with the entire agency, are happy to play a small part in a community that cares so much about each other.
At Tyler Pashong State Farm, our goal is giving back to the community. There are many current and former Bobcats giving back through donating, volunteering, coaching, and just being a great neighbor and friend.
We'd love to talk to you about what makes you
M-Town proud.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is sponsored by Marshalltown Area Chamber. Meet in Marshalltown.com. Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction. And McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, quality furniture for every room in your home.
Quick scoreboard update at halftime of the girls' game. 32-11, Bobcats trailing right now as you take a look at the Mason City students section. North Polk leads Indianola 26-20 with 2 minutes left in the third. Halftime, Iowa Falls is up on St. Edmunds 21-19. More scores throughout the night. Second half is next right here on KFJB-TV.
Some say life is like a road trip. Is it a coincidence Scooter's Coffee is a drive-thru? We don't think so. Whether you need a coffee while you enjoy the view, to just get you through the long stretch, or to refuel between stops, Scooter's Coffee is there, brewing up delicious coffee, espresso blenders, smoothies, iced drinks, and more, with the convenience of a drive-thru so you can stay on the road and enjoy the ride. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooters in Marshalltown.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or the company party with plenty of space for everyone. Visit Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to start planning your group outing at Wayward Social, the place for fun.
We are underway in the second half with the Bobcats trailing 30-11. They'll start with the basketball here to begin the third quarter as Georgia Jansen will look to pass it in as the initial inbound pass was tipped out of bounds by Mason City. Hype in at the top of the key as the Bobcats go left to right on your radio dial here in the second half. As on the left wing, Sydney Capeyu has it. Dribbling it out. Almost got to take it away by Grayson Braun. And now a bump is going to be called. And a foul is going to be issued on Grayson Braun herself, who is guarding on Sydney Capeyu. That will be the first of the night on Grayson Braun. Foul-wise, both these teams not really in too much trouble in that first half. Billy Heitman with a good feed, but it was a little high and hot for Frankie Long to handle. And now Georgia Jansen comes up with a big block shot in transition after Mason City forced the turnover. Braun went all the way down to the left block, and the paws of Jansen swatted that one away as she has a little grin on her face after the block shot. 7:25, third quarter. Bobcats trailing big on the road here tonight, looking to make a comeback here in the second half. Brogan Evans catches the inbound pass, feeds it to Latham. Latham drives in, floater underhand in the paint, no good. Gets the rebound, dish out to the left wing, three. Hangs on the iron for Trask, and that one will drop in. Her second three of the night. She has 13. The Bobcats with a bad pass at midcourt. Capeyu does eventually gather it back in, and she'll dribble to the right wing. Spin move, drive down to the right block, and that one just off the right side of the iron. Couldn't get it to go. And here come the Riverhawks in transition. Three. Riverhawks lined up on the three-point arc, but they can't get that one to go on the far side as Anna Latham put up three. And on the rebound, they'll say a push. And somehow, one of the Riverhawks in Latham, she was able to sneak in there, try to get the rebound, and a push from behind of the Bobcats. Or no, it was. Okay, it was on Latham. I was going to say, I thought they put up a 44, so Anyway, it was Long trying for the rebound. It was Latham who missed her shot, followed it, and then they call her on a push. That'll be her first foul of the night. Feed down to Frankie Long. Left block, turnaround jumper's good. Frankie Long, the sophomore center, with 8 points here tonight. Now 3 in transition, poured in by Brogan Evans on the left wing, and that's her third 3 of the night. She has 9 on the evening, and the Cats will need to find her for the rest of this one as it's 36-13. Heitman dribbles down to the right block, picks up a dribble, feeds back to Georgia Jansen, and Jansen is pushed by Anna Latham. According to the near side official, Latham will quickly pick up her second foul of the game with 6:06 third quarter. So 23-point lead right now for Mason City. This their largest of the night after that last 3 made by Brogan Evans. Mason City, just a 22% three-point shooting team coming in here tonight. Bobcats are at 25%. But it's been Mason City from long distance. And now Heitman, boy, trying to find Long. That one just outside and a little bit too hard for Long to bring in. And there's been some good targets for Frankie, but boy, she's not been set up the best here tonight to have success on some post plays. Now Hughes almost forces a turnover. She'll knock it out of bounds in the baseline as they went back to Michaela Trask on the far side corner. And so Hughes bats it out of bounds on the baseline. Mason City basketball with 18 on the shot clock. 5:41 to go, third quarter. Trask looking and finally trying to get it inbound. It's tipped away, but gathering it in is Maggie Birding on the right block. Goes up, and the shot is no good, but she is going to get free throws. As Frankie Long will pick up her second foul of the night. And the first free throw up and good by Maggie Birding, is 67% free throw shooter on the season. Makes the first one, her first point of the night. Georgia Jansen checking out of the contest. Millie Heitman is back, or Morgan Hildebrand has checked in. Second free throw is good by Birding as well. So she makes both, and that extends the lead out to 25 points for Mason City. Millie Heitman over midcourt stripe, gets it to Hughes. Now to Capeyu. She'll dribble to the top of the key after being on the near side of the floor. Drop it into Hughes. Turnaround jumper, left block, a little bit strong. Gets her own miss. Rebound put back good for the senior in Hughes. Her first bucket of the night. 5:15 and counting, third quarter. In transition, Evans 3. Left wide open in the far side corner. And she knocks down her fourth 3 of the night. Bobcats got to figure it out defensively there. Can't leave the best three-point shooter on the team here tonight. Not on the team overall coming in, just 11%, but she's been open and found those and buried him. And now Morgan Hildebrand dribbling on a left wing. She is going to be fouled or reach in by Armani Caldwell. Her first foul of the night. Fourth Mason City team foul here in the third quarter. So one more, and Bobcats are shooting free throws. That's definitely a recipe for success to get you back into a game. Capeyu will post up left block. Falls will block her shot from behind. Mason City has it with Trask in transition. Thought about the 3. Again, Evans left wide open for a 3. It's no good. The rebound by Trask at the free throw line. Her jumper's no good. And Capeyu will come away with the rebound for the Bobcats. Heitman gets a screen at the top by Hildebrand. Drives, tries to go down the right side of the paint, but gets stopped. Bobcats reverse it around the perimeter. Long gets it back to Hildebrand. Out of Capeyu, near side corner, feeds it in. Frankie Long falls all over her, and a foul's going to be called as head coach Brian Murphy was stomping his feet, hoping there would be a foul there as Falls just kind of hacked Frankie Long going up on the left block. The shot was no good, but 2 free throws coming for Frankie Long. Leading scorer tonight for the Cats. She has 8 points. 4:04 to go, third quarter, 41-15. And the first free throw by Frankie Long is no good off the back of the iron. Second free throw up, and this one is good this time for Frankie Long. (41-16). Anna Latham into the front court for the Riverhawks. Hands off, underhand. Savannah Davis tries to get it back the other way. It'll be a turnover. Heitman across midcourt. Fakes right, goes left. Now feeds it left wing to Hughes. She'll hand it off underhand to Hildebrand. Gets a screen from Capello at the top. Dribbles to the right wing and now back to the top of the key. And a good pass by Millie Heitman. She feeds Hughes down to the left block. A little bit over the shoulder pass right there. And Hughes now 4 points in the third quarter. 3 in transition is Long. Almost goes out of bounds, but Mason City saves it as Piper Johnson comes up with the basketball. Ball still rolling around. Johnson is now going to be ripped away from the basketball by Ellie Hughes. And a timeout's going to be called in the backcourt. And we'll take a timeout with them. 41-18. Bobcats trailing with 3:07 third quarter on the road in Mason City on KFJB-TV.
Legends American Grill is the perfect place to watch your favorite team. Enjoy wings, nachos, steaks, and prime rib available on Friday and Saturday nights. It's game on for great food and your favorite drink to wash it down. You like burgers? Legends has fantastic, unique burger creations like this. The Legends Burger. Absolutely delicious. Gather with friends, enjoy your favorite team's games with the NFL Sunday Ticket, and make some memories. Legends American Grill in Marshalltown and our new Newton location, where the game is always on.
Hey, I'm Georgia Jansen, and you're watching KFJB-TV.
Mason City is led by 26. They currently have a 23-point lead, 41-18. Third quarter, 3:07 remaining. Brandon Lewis with you on the road. It's snowy, windy Mason City tonight. Doubleheader coverage here tonight on News Talk 1230 AM and 93.9 FM, as well as right here on KFJB-TV. Thanks to having you along here tonight. Maybe you didn't make the trip because of the roads, but it's not my Dale, it's not your Dale, it's our Dale. That was kind of the cutoff. North of Ardale, things got a little dicey on the roadway. Big shout out to Dylan Dose. That's in his top 5 of towns in the state of Iowa. Out of the timeout, a 3 left wing by the Bobcats. Capello, the senior, cannot knock it down. Capello with just 2 points here tonight on the road. A rough night offensively for the Bobcats. They found a little bit of luck here and there, but nothing consistent with the mounting turnovers on the road here tonight. Drive inside, Piper Johnson gets a rebound and a putback. It's no good. Frankie Long gets the rebound as she comes all the way out to the left wing to gather it in. And, of course, she is top 20 in the state in rebounding in Class 5A. Hildebrand, far side corner. Good baseline drive, but has her pocket picked from behind. A turnover, feed out to Latham, who will bring it up the near side. Right wing 3 is open for Savannah Davis off the right side of the iron. Hits Frankie Long and rolls out near side. And it will stay with Mason City. This is one of those ones where you're not expecting it just to dive right down at you after hitting off the front of the iron. And so stays with Mason City. Baseline left side, throw in to come. Nia Lott, Millie Heitman, Frankie Long, Sydney Capello, and Morgan Hildebrand, the 5 on the floor for the Bobcats. Way out high to Grayson Braun on the inbound pass. Passes Latham, near side corner, drives baseline. And I believe Capello, a touch of the arm and a foul. 2 free throws coming for Latham. And that will be the first foul of the night on Sydney Capello. Latham at the line for the second time tonight. She'll miss the first free throw. She is 2 of 3 at the stripe tonight. Second free throw to come. And that one is nothing but net for Anna Latham, who now has 6 points in the game. Under 2 to go, third quarter. Bobcats with a drive. Capello has her shot blocked, trailing by 24. Back the other way, and a hard fall for Brogan Evans. She'll come up and hit the deck hard. And I believe Ellie Hughes is going to pick up a foul from behind as she was trying to race in on the fast break. 2 free throws coming for Brogan Evans. Luckily, it looks like she is going to be okay. Couldn't tell, but it looked like she might have hit her nose on the floor. Definitely hear it all the way up here in the crow's nest. So at the line for 2. And the first free throw is no good for Brogan Evans. She has 12 points tonight, all on threes. Second free throw for the junior, a 67% free throw shooter. Can't knock down either. And the score will hold 42-18. 90 seconds to go in the third quarter. Hughes catches a pass from Capello. Hands off to Hildebrand at the top. Tries to split the defenders, but Falls is going to pick up a foul. Hildebrand hit the deck. Falls not happy with the call. But Falls will pick up her 3rd foul of the night. And that should be free throws, as that's the 5th team foul here on the Riverhawks. And it will send Morgan Hildebrand to the line. Freshman, a 33% free throw shooter on the season. First one will just nick the front of the iron, no good. Second one for Hildebrand, averaging 5.2 points per game, looking for her first point of the night. That one, good. So splits him at the line, and it's 42-19. Bobcats trailing on the road in Mason City. Wide open right block. Good feed down there. I believe that was Armani Caldwell who found a cutting. Yeah, that was Maggie Birding with her first bucket of the night. Or actually, no, that was not Birding. That was Savannah Davis with her first bucket of the night. So Davis gets her first bucket of the night, making it 44-19. We have a ball batted out of bounds. It'll be Bobcat basketball over by the Bobcat bench on the far side. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Morgan Hildebrand will feed it out high to Georgia Jansen at the top of the key. Back to Hildebrand. Over to Heitman, left wing. Drives baseline, and she will dribble it out of bounds. Turnover Cats. 43 seconds to go, third quarter. Mason City basketball. A few reserves have check-in for the Riverhawks, including Leah Dykstra, as you see there on KFJB-TV, now running the point. Maggie Birding has the basketball at the free throw line. Whips it over to Wickman on the left wing. Leah Dykstra got the basketball back, drives to the left block, and a foul is going to be called. And that will be a foul on Ellie Hughes, her 3rd of the night with 26 seconds to go in the third quarter. 4th team foul on the Bobcats. Free throw up, and it is good. Maggie Birding so far tonight, 3 of 3 at the stripe. Second free throw is off the front of the iron. Georgia Jansen with the rebound. 23 seconds to go, third quarter. 26-point lead for Mason City right now. Tying the largest lead of the night for the Riverhawks. Morgan Hildebrand down the paint, throws up a shot. It's way off the mark, hits high off the glass, no good. 5 seconds to go. Mason City into the front court. 3, left wing, it's off the mark, and that will send us to the fourth quarter. 45-19 our count. Bobcats down big on the road in Mason City on KFJB-TV.
Auto loans at Lennox Employees Credit Union are not just for cars. If you are looking to purchase a new or used motorcycle, boat, snowmobile, or other recreational vehicle, look no further. Lennox Employees Credit Union has low loan rates, and the loan process is so easy. Visit lennoxecu.com for rates and membership eligibility information, or go to 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown to visit with one of our loan officers. Lennox Employees Credit Union, member NCUA.
45-19 our scores. We head to the fourth quarter here on KFJB-TV. Let's get a scoreboard update here tonight, thanks to our radio producer, Jeff Brooks, back at the studios. 1:40 to go left in the girls' game. North Polk is leading Indianola 37-29. End of the third quarter, Applington Parkersburg up on South Hardin 40-34. Cedar Falls leading Ankeny as they go to the fourth quarter 32-23. And last update we had, Iowa Falls was leading St. Edmunds 21-19. 45-19 our score. As the Bobcats trailing big on the road here tonight. 26 points. Latham is back in to run the point. Starters pretty much all back in here to begin the fourth. And Michaela Trask will travel as she got the feed from Latham down the left side of the paint, and just Bobcats kind of stepped in on her, and I think that just kind of threw her off just a hair. And it's back to Marshalltown. Bobcats in the front court. Trying to look for something inside, but Long was posting up, but Falls was all over her. Falls now all over Hildebrand, forces a turnover, and she's going to go for a layup. It's off the right side and good. And Zariah Falls with 7 here tonight, starts off the second quarter, 47-19 now the score. Bobcats try to go inside to Frankie Long, and a feed from Capeyu, picked away. Trask is into the front court. Feed left wing to Braun. Now back to Falls, top of the key. Now back to the left wing to Brogan Evans, who's knocked down 4 big threes here tonight. Feed inside to Falls, turnaround jumper. Frankie Long at her way. No good, but the rebound for Mason City. Feed out high to Braun. She'll drive. Kicks out right wing. A little bit hot on the pass to Falls. And Latham will reset the offense. 7 seconds on the shot clock. A quick trigger. Right wing. 3 is no good by Braun. Jensen just had the ball ripped away from her as she got the offensive rebound, and now a bump inside. I believe that's going to be Ellie Hughes, and that should be her 4th foul of the night. And that's actually going to be on Frankie Long. Her 3rd. Or actually, that is her 4th. Millie Heitman will check out for the Bobcats. As Hildebrand just checked back in. And a foul on the floor again on the Bobcats. And that is the 5th on Ellie Hughes, and her night is done. She'll finish with 4 points tonight for the Cats. So number 5 for the senior, and she is done for the final 6:27 to go in Mason City. First free throw up and good for Brogan Evans. They called it a shooting foul. Second free throw on the way, and Evans will miss out one off the front of the iron. Capeyu with the rebound. 48-19, almost a 30-point lead. Jansen catches it from Capeyu and has her pocket picked by Trask. She'll go all the way in. Nia Lott will foul her. A shot put up by Trask, and it hangs on the iron, falls off right side, no good. Nia Lott with her second foul of the night. And that'll be 2 free throws coming for Michaela Trask. This will be her second trip to the line tonight. 73% free throw shooter will rattle in the first. And it now is a 30-point lead for Mason City, their largest. Sydney Capello has checked back into the game. So it's Heitman, Jansen, Hildebrand, Long, Lott, the 5 on the floor, and both free throws are good. It's a 31-point lead as Trask knocks down both. She has 15 points now for the Riverhawks. 50-19, 6 minutes to go in Mason City. A handoff up high. Hildebrand got it. Over to Heitman, left wing. Feed into Frankie Long. And it's off of Long's fingertips, just a little bit outside of her. And Frankie Long with the turnover right there, and it will be Riverhawk basketball with 5:50 to go. Falls was definitely begging for a foul and a push-off on Frankie, but officials not giving it right there. Falls hesitation move, goes past Heitman, but her layup shot on the right block is strong. And the Bobcats come away with a rebound by Jansen. Clear out to Heitman on the right wing. She'll drive right down the heart of the paint. Ball tipped away from behind by Leah Dykstra. And out of bounds on the baseline, it will stay with the Bobcats. Nia Lott will get ready to pass this one in. 31-point lead for the Riverhawks. Nia Lott will pass in, looking for Frankie Long. It's off her fingertips. She'll gather back in, now to Jansen top. And Jansen will throw it away. But Heitman does come away with the basketball. Heitman feeds it to Long, left block, and a tie-up down low. A couple ladies just kind of hanging on her. Obviously a height advantage for Frankie Long, and 2 free throws coming. Second foul of the night by Armani Caldwell. Third trip to the line for Frankie Long tonight. She's just 1 of 3. First free throws up, and it's off the front of the iron, hits the backboard, and drops off left side, so no good. Second free throw to come. Georgia Jansen just checked out. Sydney Capello back in, and Long can't get either free throw to go. Mason City up court quickly. Feeds out. Savannah Davis now top of the key. 3 from straight on is no good by Maggie Birding. Bobcats Frankie Long with the rebound. She'll underhand it to Sydney Capello. Up court to Hildebrand. Stops her dribble at the right high post. Feeds out to Heitman. Heitman at the free throw line. Tries to cross over. Loses the basketball. Nia Lott dives for it. Can't get it. Armani Caldwell comes up with it, but throws it right back to Hildebrand. Now, Millie Heitman sets up 3 off the left side iron, and the rebound brought in by Johnson. Feed it out far side to Leah Dykstra, brings it up court. Drops it into Johnson. Right block. Frankie Long blocks her shot, gets the basketball back. She'll swing it to Millie Heitman, who will bring it up court as we approach the 4-minute mark in Mason City. Hildebrand dribbling around with Dykstra guarding her. Finally finds Heitman. Now to Frankie Long, 3. Near side. Can't draw iron on the 3. Heitman gets the basketball back. Turnaround. A little hope and a prayer. And Millie Heitman with her first bucket of the night. Wide open 3, though, in transition. Savannah Davis can't knock it down. Mason City saves it from going out of bounds by Maggie Birding. But the Bobcats Capello there to pick it off. And Hildebrand will run the point over the MC logo at midcourt. Hildebrand picking up her dribble in a really bad spot. Got to keep it going right there. Birding picks her off as she holds the ball up high, and Birding takes it down to the right block, and the jumper is good. Birding with 5. It's one of those things as a freshman, the game moving too fast. Your first instinct sometimes, not a good instinct, but it is an instinct to pick up that dribble, and That could just get you in a tough one with that defender all over you. Left wing, she'll swing it. And drop it in low as Heitman got the feed down to Frankie Long, and Long loses the glass, and it's good. She has 11 in the game now. And now jump ball. In transition, Mason City got it up court quickly to Savannah Davis, but she gets tied up with Sydney Capeyu, and possession arrow is with the Cats with 2:51 to go in the game, 52-23. Bobcats trailing. Heitman bringing it into the front court. Capeyu has it. Out cross-court pass to Nia Lott. Heitman near side corner. Feeds it back to Hildebrand. Around the perimeter, Bobcats will go. Frankie Long controlling the basketball. Flips it underhand to Nia Lott. Nia Lott will pick up her dribble. Tries to force it into Heitman. She finds her. Shot's no good by Heitman. Rebound putback is no good. Falls off the left side, and Magali Gonzalez got the rebound. There goes Mason City in transition. Gonzalez feeds to Piper Johnson. Near side, the three is no good. But Mason City with the rebound. They find at the free throw line, hanging out Sophia Schoenberg. And she comes up with her first bucket of the night. And it looks like a timeout going to be called for substitution. We'll take a timeout on the floor as well. 1:53 to go in Mason City. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
'Tis the season at Greg Young Chevrolet of Marshalltown. Starting Black Friday, when you buy a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, you'll receive a 65-inch TV and up to $500 to spend at local businesses. It's the perfect time to upgrade your ride and celebrate the season. But hurry, this offer ends December 31st. Visit us on South Center Street just north of Highway 30 or online at GregYoungMarshalltown.com. Make this holiday season one to remember with Greg Young Chevrolet of Marshalltown.
I'm Millie Heitman. You're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
Piper Johnson picks up a foul as we come back as the Bobcats have the basketball. Not a shooting foul. Frankie Long gets the inbound pass, hangs on the iron, can't get the shot to go. And Frankie Long is going to line for 2 free throws. We'll get those free throws when we come back. 1:33 to go in Mason City, right here on KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Frankie Long splits the free throws. Second one was no good. Bobcats saw Mason City tip the rebound on the missed free throw away. And on the inbound play, you see Bobcats have it picked up by Mason City. They take it coast to coast. And the trailing Bobcat knocked it away. And Gonzalez will be the one to inbound it. Baseline right side. Finds Piper Johnson on the inbound play to the left block. Feeds it back to Gonzalez. Frankie Long strips her and comes up with the basketball. 1:10 to go in Mason City in the girls' game. Boys' game to follow. 30-point game right now. Mason City with the lead. And Morgan Hildebrand with a travel and a turnover. 107 down. Frankie Long guards on a Piper Johnson drive. And the shot is no good by Piper Johnson on the right block. And I believe that one's going to be on Frankie Long. If so, that's number 5 on the night. And it is number 5 on Frankie Long. Her night is done as Frankie Long will finish with 12 points for the Cats. She'll join Ellie Hughes, who fouled out with about 6 minutes to go in the game here tonight. And first free throw by Piper Johnson is no good. Second one to come. You look there at Katie Trask. She is the head coach, first year for Mason City. As it looks like Mason City going to move to 3-2 on the season. Bobcats going to fall to 4-3 and pick up their first conference loss here on the road. Piper Johnson misses second free throw, so we stay at a 30-point affair. A few different check-ins for the Bobcats. Ruby Buenrostro just checks in. Guinaga just checked in as well. And Mallory Myron has also checked in for the Bobcat ladies. Mason City gets ahead of themselves, looking up court after getting the basketball back from the Bobcats, but throw it away, and it's back to the Cats with 41 seconds to go. Not the way you want to open conference play for the Bobcats, but Mason City has been a tough assignment as Mason City leads the all-time series now 30-4 with the victory here tonight since 2008. Bobcats with a shot they can't go, and Nia Lott picks the pocket of Armani Caldwell in the front court, but goes out of bounds. Last touch by Nia Lott. It'll stay with Mason City. Final 12 seconds to go. Gonzalez got the inbound, went down the right side of the paint. Shot's no good. And there's a travel, no call. Ball will go out of bounds. Bobcats try to save it, but this one is over. 30-point win here tonight as Mason City walks away with a victory, going to 3-2 on the season. Bobcats drop to 4-3. As again, final in the girls' game, 45 Mason City, Bobcats 24. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown, and they are proud to support Marshalltown Bobcat Athletics. If you need a new recliner to relax in, or perhaps a new dining set for the whole family, shop McGregor's. They also have a good selection of luxurious sectional sofas. Score the mattress of your dreams with an assist from the McGregor's friendly and knowledgeable staff. You'll be the household MVP when you bring home the winning selection from McGregor's Furniture and Mattress downtown Marshalltown. Open 7 days a week.
Your future starts now. Marshalltown Community College is now enrolling for spring classes. Whether you're pursuing a degree, certificate, transferring to a 4-year university, or just looking for a few credits, MCC has the program for you. Flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and expert faculty. Do you have a busy schedule but still looking to continue your education? Check out the online programs MCC has to offer. Earn your degree completely online. It's all here at MCC. Enroll today and start your journey to success. Visit mcc.iavalley.edu.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Welcome into the Locker Room Report as the Mason City Riverhawks take down your Marshalltown Bobcats 54-24 here tonight. A 30-point victory for the Riverhawks and first-year head coach Katie Trask. Leading scorer for Mason City here tonight. Not a huge surprise. Michaela Trask finishes with 15 for the Bobcats here tonight. 3 for Georgia Jansen, 4 for Ellie Hughes, Sydney Capelli with 2, and Frankie Long with 12. Mason City improves to 3-2. Bobcats fall to 4-3 with their next matchup coming tomorrow night at home inside the Roundhouse against the Fort Dodge Dodgers. Mason City will take on Ames on the road tomorrow night. We'll come back, we'll take our look at scoreboard and also name our OPA player of the game. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is sponsored by Sports Plus, sportsplusTherapy.com. Wayward Social, the place for bowling, games, food, and more. And Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown, helping you develop strategies for pursuing your financial goals.
Now time for our Bobcat Player of the Game, all brought to you by Opa Grill in Marshalltown. All you have to say is Opa. All right, well, our Player of the Game in the girls' game, it'll be Frankie Long here tonight as she finishes with a team-high 12 points and hold in a ton of rebounds here tonight for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Could have had more, but some of those inlet passes to her just off the mark here tonight, resulting in turnovers as the turnovers mounted in a 30-point loss, again 54-24. Bobcats fall tonight on the road. That is our Player of the Game. Again, all brought to you by Opa Grill in Marshalltown, serving up Greek and traditional favorites. And, of course, they are awarding a $25 gift certificate to the Bobcat Player of the Game. We'll get you set for the guys' game coming up right around the corner from Mason City High School next. This is your home for the Cats. News Talk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM, and KFJB-TV.
What does OPA mean? OPA means joy, enthusiasm, and approval. And when you dine at Opa Grill in Marshalltown, you'll understand why. With their made-to-order pasta, soups, and salads made daily with the freshest ingredients. Favorites include chicken parmesan pan-fried to perfection, fresh and light chicken lemon rice soup, and their signature Opa salad topped with seasoned gyro meat. Opa Grill Family Restaurant in Marshalltown, where you can dine in or drive through. All you have to say is OPA!
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Welcome to the Countdown to Tip-Off.
Well, the Marshalltown boys basketball team coming off a loss Monday night in an 8-point heartbreaker to the Southeast Polk Rams. Looked at open up Conference of Champion play here tonight on the road in snowy, windy Mason City. The Bobcats 2-3. Mason City just 1-1. Their last game they played was against Des Moines North on December 10th. So 9 days ago, the last time the Riverhawks played. They had their game against Marshalltown last week postponed, and then their matchup against Fort Dodge on Tuesday night was also postponed. Hawks and Bobcats coming up in a little bit. We'll get our preview of this one with head coach Mike Apple when we come back. This is the Countdown to Tip-Off. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Legends American Grill is the perfect place to watch your favorite team. Enjoy wings, nachos, steaks, and prime rib available on Friday and Saturday nights. It's game on for great food and your favorite drink to wash it down. You like burgers? Legends has fantastic, unique burger creations like this. The Legends Burger. Absolutely delicious. Gather with friends, enjoy your favorite team's games with the NFL Sunday Ticket, and make some memories. Legends American Grill in Marshalltown and our new Newton location, where the game is always on.
Marshalltown Community School District thanks you for voting yes in the referendum to move forward with the plan to remodel and modernize Miller Middle School and the enhancement to Franklin Field. We will continue to provide updates about this exciting project as they move forward in the process. There is so much positive energy for the future. Thanks for saying yes to our students and yes for Marshalltown. To learn more, go to marshalltowncsdfuture.com.
Back in on the countdown to tip-off, it is the Bobcats and the Riverhawks coming up in just a little bit here tonight. We'll also check out our starting five for both squads. Now joined by head coach Mike Apple, coming off a loss on Monday night, an 8-point loss to the Southeast Polk Rams in a measuring stick. And, you know, I've heard a lot of players, famous players, say you learn more from losing than you do from winning. Is that how you kind of feel? Maybe you get exposed to a few of the different things that you feel like maybe you can kind of correct going forward?
Yeah, there was definitely some things we watched. You know, we watched some good film last night, and our guys are understanding, and we're learning each and every day and improving and wanting to get better.
And one thing that Brynjar Brynjolfsson mentioned on Bobcat Live last night, we talked a little bit about your point guard in Drake Gersma and just his ability to continue to learn. And he said he's already kind of taken a step from game one to now. So being able to be in that position, that's probably your most important position out there on the floor, I would imagine. So being able to have a guy like that take those step forwards, how huge is that? Because, you know, if the offense is kind of running through him, there's a lot of other pieces moving there.
Yeah, it's big for us. You know, depending on our lineups, there's not a lot of guys that are, you know, one of their major skills or strengths is handling the ball, and Drake is definitely one of those guys. So we rely on him a lot to do that, and be able to, you know, bring the ball up the floor, number one, and then kind of be that leader to set our offense and make sure guys are in the right spots and moving that ball and getting us a high percentage shot.
Of course, you head into tonight taking on the Riverhawks, and they're 1-1. They've had your game postponed last Friday. They were supposed to take on Fort Dodge Tuesday. That game was postponed. So do you feel like you have a little bit of a leg up since you played a little bit since they last did?
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough situation for them, obviously, because you're expecting to play all these games, and they just keep getting delayed, and that can be challenging as a coach, just to keep them engaged and keep them interested. But if there's one thing I know about Mason City, they're going to be excited and ready to play us. So I'm not expecting them to, you know, come out and just not be ready by any means. We're preparing for them to be at their best, and they're a good team. So we need to be ready to go and treat this as a business trip and figure out a way to get a win.
What do you think their biggest weakness is? Because I've watched them a little bit. They like to throw up some shots from here and there and that kind of thing. So is it shot selection, or would you say there's something else that kind of stands out to you that you can kind of exploit tonight?
Well, it's yeah. I mean, they can get it going if they like. I mean, every guy's got confidence on their team to score it. So that's one thing that they can do well is if we can't allow them to get confident. We have to make it tough for them, have to be there and guard and defend, and every shot they get is contested. And more importantly, we need to rebound the ball. That's one of their huge strengths that I see is how they offensive rebound. You know, they got some big guys in there that can rebound it well, so we need to do a really good job blocking out tonight and ultimately take care of the ball offensively. They're going to try and mix it up. They'll trap us. They'll throw some different presses and zones and things like that at us just to try and throw us off kilter and confuse us a little bit. So we just need to be prepared for that and take care of the ball, attack, and take really good shots.
Good luck tonight.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that is head coach Mike Apple. As always, a fun one between the Riverhawks and the Bobcats. Starters coming up next when we come back right here on the countdown to tip-off.
Some say life is like a road trip. Is it a coincidence Scooter's Coffee is a drive-thru? We don't think so. Whether you need a coffee while you enjoy the view, to just get you through the long stretch, or to refuel between stops, Scooter's Coffee is there, brewing up delicious coffee, espresso blenders, smoothies, iced drinks, and more, with the convenience of a drive-thru so you can stay on the road and enjoy the ride. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooters in Marshalltown.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is sponsored by the Marshalltown School District. Embrace the lead. Scooters of Marshalltown. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. And State Farm. mtownproud.com.
Welcome back to Mason City High School. Brandon Lewis along with you here tonight. Thanks to our KFJB-TV crew. We weathered the storm, as you see, snowing as the bus pulled in here tonight for our matchup on KFJB-TV as girls are getting going on the road here tonight, so we won't have our normal post-game chat with head coach Brian Murphy or Mike Apple just due to the road conditions, but made it here all safe, and we are good to go. Let's get our Sandvik starting lineups here tonight. First off, for the Mason City Riverhawks, led by 11th-year head man Nick Trask. They are 1-1 overall in the season. Like I mentioned earlier, have not played since the 10th of December. They average 56.5 points per game, giving up 53.5 as well. It'll be number 1, Drew Hobart, the 5'11 junior guard, averaging 5 points per game and 3 rebounds per game. Number 2, Jameer Falls, 4.5 points per game, 4 rebounds per game for the 5'10 sophomore guard. Number 3, Marcel Whitner, averaging nearly 9 points per game, 5 rebounds per game for the 6'4 junior guard. Number 11, Andrew Novak, having a career year, averaging 18.5 points per game, 13.5 rebounds per game. Yeah, double-double. He's averaging the 6'5 senior forward. Last year averaged just 1.7 points per game in 18 games played, but he did not play against the Bobcats a year ago. And rounding out the starting 5 for the Riverhawks, number 45, Ty Sanchez-Evans, 8 points per game, nearly 12 rebounds per game for the 6'3 junior forward. That's a lineup for the Hawks here tonight. Now for the Cats, behind head coach Mike Apple in his 7th year, 2-3 on the season, averaging 50 points per game, giving up 56. Number 1, Jamison Niehaus will get the go. 5 points per game, 4 rebounds per game for the 6' sophomore guard. Number 3, Drake Gersma running the point tonight. 9 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, 5.5 assists per game, along with nearly 3 steals for the 6' sophomore guard who we talked about there with Coach Apple a short time ago. Number 10, Kyle Smith, as he is up there in threes made. He's second in 4A with 16 made threes coming into tonight, averaging 19 points per game for the 6'4 junior guard. Number 24, Lamar Johnson, a 6' senior guard, will get the start, averaging 6 points per game, and Jacob Hayes will round out the 5. He is number 30, 6'2 junior guard, averaging nearly 7 points per game. That's our starting lineups, brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. Tip-off between the Hawks and the Cats next on KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or the company party with plenty of space for everyone. Visit Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to start planning your group outing at Wayward Social, the place for fun.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
Jacob Hayes. No good. Lamar Johnson, no rebound. Takes down left wing three. Splash.
That kid's going to be a good one.
We are underway in Mason City as the Bobcats win the opening tip. Drake Gersma drives in. And a beautiful score past Andrew Novak at 6'5". Gersma put it in off the glass, good for two, and the Cats are up 2-0 as we are underway in Mason City. Great to have you along tonight. I'm Brandon Lewis, our producer back in the radio studios, Jeff Brooks, our on-site producer, David Braga, as Lakin Eastman, as well as Keith Stewart on camera work tonight. Mason City, a layoff of 9 days, back in action here tonight. A drive inside and a miss by Marcel Whitner, but the follow back is good for two for Whitner. And he's got his first bucket of the night as Whitner averages nearly 9 points per game. At midcourt, Kyle Smith lost the basketball, gets it back, gets it to Gersma. Now over the timeline. Lamar Johnson trapped, cross-court pass, finds Jacob Hayes, cutting baseline. It's off the back of the iron, can't get it. Novak beats out for the rebound, rips it away from Lamar Johnson. And I believe they're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow is with Mason City. And so good job at Lamar. They're hustling, trying to get involved there with Novak on the rebound with 6:43 in the opening quarter of play. There you see on KFJB-TV that beautiful play by Drake Gersma to open up the game for the Cats. We're tied at 2 apiece. Three by the big man. No good. Off the back of the iron, but Drew Hobart reaches up and gathers in the rebound. Bobcats end up coming away with the basketball. It's loose after Drew Hobart brought in the three, missed by Ty Sanchez-Evans at 6'3", junior. Only shooting at 17% from long range out there on the left wing, could knock it down. Kyle Smith, pressure in the backcourt, catches the inbound pass, gets it back to Gersma, now back to Kyle Smith, and he traveled with it. Took a step, somebody stepped in the passing lane of Gersma, turnover Cats in the backcourt, and it's back to Mason City with 6:19 opening quarter. Tied at 2 apiece, just underway. Snowy, windy, breezy out there for sure as wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Definitely drifting across the roadway on the way up to Mason City here. Couple of inches of snow on the ground and a backcourt violation. Marcel Whitner caught the inbound pass in the front court. It went into the backcourt. He tried to throw it back in, but it is a turnover on Mason City. And right in front of the scorer's table, Kyle Smith will get set to throw this one into Drake Gersma. And the official will prompt him to move right in front of the Riverhawk bench. And Gersma gets it over the timeline now. Over to Kyle Smith, far side. And that ball tipped away. And they say Kyle Smith lost it as he got tangled up with Jameer Falls. And back to the Riverhawks. Two our score. Ty Sanchez-Evans catches it, free throw line, dumps it into Hobart. Actually, that was Andrew Novak. He had a shot block from behind by the Bobcats. Clear out to Gersma up the far side. Settles into the offensive end, dribbles to the left wing, now back to the top of the key. Swings it one-handed over to Will Swartz. Drops it into the right high post to Lamar Johnson feeds Kyle Smith, pops in and out on the three. And they clear out to Whitner, who will bring it up the near side in front of the Mason City student section. Over to Hobart, left wing, back to Ty Sanchez-Evans, right wing, guarded by Will Swartz. Now to Whitner, three near side, knocks it down. Whitner, all 5 of Mason City's points. They're up 5-2. Bobcat feeling that pressure in the backcourt. Will Swartz has it go through his hands. Turnover on the Bobcats, and it's back to Mason City. Our keys to the game here tonight, all brought to you by First Rate Real Estate in Marshalltown, FirstRateTeam.com. For the Bobcats, it's 32 minutes here tonight. They've got to play well through all 4 quarters. When they haven't, that's when they've lost. Meanwhile, season of giving for Mason City. They've turned it over quite a bit, averaging 19 turnovers per game. And they're going to commit a turnover on cue and give it right back to it. If the Hawks can cut down on their turnovers, they'll hang around with the Bobcats. But if they give it away, Bobcats will have to be good in transition to capitalize. Get our keys to the game all brought to you by First Rate Real Estate, FirstRateTeam.com. 3 minutes gone, 5-2. Riverhawks on top of the Cats. Gersma over the timeline. Surveying. Now has his back to the defender at the top of the key. Over to Kyle Smith, picked up by Sanchez-Evans. Lamar Johnson cuts to the top of the key. Back to Gersma. Swings it in just outside the right block for Kyle Smith. Pulls up, has it tipped away by Sanchez-Evans, and back the other way they'll go. Hobart will bring it up the near side. Right wing feeds to Whitner, near side corner. Lamar Johnson guarding on him. Whitner trying to buy some room. 3, the step back is good. His second of the night. 9 days off for this Mason City squad, but not affecting them. It's 8-2. Whitner with all 8, and now a reach-in foul is going to be called on Jameer Falls, guarding on Gersma, and Falls will pick up his first of the night. Off the bench, Drayden Witt, 5'11 junior guard, checking in for Mason City, as he'll replace Novak. Novak, interesting. I mean, just career numbers. Didn't do a whole lot last year. It's only 2 games, small sample size, but definitely noticeable filling up that stat column. Gersma, right wing, got a feed from Lamar Johnson. Now skip pass near side. Hayes open for the 3, takes it off the left side of the iron, pops out right side. Mason City with the rebound. Falls will bring it up, stops at the left wing, kicks out to Hobart, far side corner, drives into the paint. And actually, that was Witt. The leaner in the paint from 7 foot out is no good. Bobcats with the rebound by Hayes. Gersma up court. Tries to blow past Sanchez-Evans. He will. Can't finish at the rack. It's off. Will Swartz swipes for the rebound. Gets beat out by Falls. Falls stops at the top of the key. Feeds to Sanchez-Evans. Hesitates. Drives against Will Swartz. Slaps, misses. And Sanchez-Evans with his first bucket of the night. And it's 10-2. Mason City all over Marshalltown to begin this one on the road for the Cats tonight. Thought we might see a timeout. We do not. Gersma, top of the key. Trying to get past Sanchez-Evans again. Pulls up. 10-foot jumper from the right side is good for Gersma. He's got all 4 for the Cats. 6-point lead for Mason City. Approaching 3 minutes to go first quarter. Tie up for Witt, but he gets the ball away to Falls, who is wide open on the left block. It's good for 2. Gersma into the front court. Over the Mason City logo at midcourt. Loses the handle on the basketball. Gathers it back in. Now drives in the paint. Kicks to Will Swartz left wing. Feeds it Hayes. Drives baseline. Runner. Good. Hayes just outside the left block with that floater. Drops it in to cut the lead in half. 12-6. Gersma guarding on Falls. Trying to pick his pocket. Gathers it back in. Loses it again at midcourt. Fumbling around. Goes into the backcourt. It was deflected by Gersma. Whitner gathers it back in, feeds it back to Falls. Picks up his dribble. Gersma finally forces a turnover. He'll take it himself. Falls reaches in, can't finish at the rack. Sanchez-Evans saves it, but it goes out of bounds near side, and it will stay with the Bobcats. Boy, collecting ourselves early in this one. Jamison Niehaus will get off the bench and check in for Will Swartz. Kyle Smith will inbound to Jamison Niehaus, who hands off to Gersma. Gersma bumped by Falls. No foul called Over to Niehaus, right wing, looking for a cutter. Smith, it's not there. Another cutter, and Hayes still not there at the free throw line. Back to Gersma, top of the key. Gersma, one-hand pass. Kyle Smith, near side. Fakes on Whitner, drives to the left block. Step through, pass, it's deflected. Gersma picks it up, far side corner, finds Jacob Hayes, wide open, can't knock it down. Skims off the iron. Lamar Johnson tries for the rebound, but Sanchez Evans reaches over, bats it out of bounds, out of the hands of Lamar Johnson. It will stay with the Cats. 1:40 to go, opening quarter. Baseline left side. Hayes will pass it into Niehaus. Tries to go over Whitner, can't. Whitner might have got a piece of it. Comes up with the basketball. He'll bring it up court, into the front court. Lamar Johnson picks him up. Hesitates, drives into the paint. Lamar Johnson swiping at that one will commit a foul before the shot, and that'll be the first on Lamar Johnson here tonight. Substitution. Falls is going to check out. Well, Shizzle will check in. It's tough to read his jersey from the front side, but it is number 0 into the game. Inbound pass to Ty Sanchez Evans, and he works his way around Will Swartz from the left side to the right side, and he scores it for 2. Sanchez Evans with 4. 14-6, Cats trailing on the road. Kick out near side. And around the perimeter, Bobcats will work it to the right wing to Kyle Smith. Picked up by Whitner. Drives down to the right block, trying to get a turnaround jumper. Can't. Feeds out. Near side, left wing. It's knocked out of bounds. Niehaus got the basketball feed from Kyle Smith. Tried to get it, an extra pass to Jacob Hayes, but it was tipped away. Bobcats retain possession. Under a minute to go, first quarter. Nice behind-the-back dribble. Gersma all the way to the rack on the left block, and he cannot get it to go with that face mask on him. But he draws a foul, and the foul will be on Will Shizzle. 5'8" junior picking up his first foul of the night. At the line for 2 is Drake Gersma. The first one's good. Gersma with 5 of the Bobcats' 7 points here in the first quarter. Gersma coming into the night, 5 of 8 at the free throw stripe, 63% on the season. Take a look there at that mask that Gersma's wearing. Second free throw hangs on the iron. No good. Falls off right side. Whitner climbed the ladder for the rebound. He'll blow past Jacob Hayes on his way to the rack. Shot is strong. Bobcats get the rebound. In transition, Kyle Smith had it, but kind of lost the basketball. I think he was thinking for a quick 3, but play was slow developing after he kind of bobbled the basketball. Gersma gets a screen from Will Swartz. Doesn't help much. Now Gersma double teamed out high, gets it to Niehaus, right wing, dribbles to the top of the key. He has his pocket picked. Mason City comes away with it, feeds up to Ty Sanchez Evans. Gets past the Bobcats, flying in from behind. He has 6 as the layup is good from the left side. 16-7 now. Kyle Smith to answer in the paint. Floater's no good. Believe Owen Ricker stepped in, got a piece of that one, and that will end the opening quarter. It's 16-7. Cats down on the road at Mason City on KFJB-TV.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown, and they are proud to support Marshalltown Bobcat Athletics. If you need a new recliner to relax in, or perhaps a new dining set for the whole family, shop McGregor's. They also have a good selection of luxurious sectional sofas. Score the mattress of your dreams with an assist from the McGregor's friendly and knowledgeable staff. You'll be the household MVP when you bring home the winning selection from McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown. Open 7 days a week.
I'm Will Swartz. You're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
16-7 after the first quarter on the road in Mason City tonight. Bobcats a slow start here tonight offensively as they stand at a mark of 2-3. Mason City is 1-1. Scoreboard update at halftime. BGM is leading BCLUW 34-24. Final in the girls' game, Cedar Falls takes down Ankeny 41-37. Also girls' action, Appleton Parkersburg takes down South Hardin 57-47. North Polk 37-31 over Indianola. here tonight. Thursday night, a little bit of an off night. Normally Friday, so probably not as many scores as we typically would see. Bobcats will start the second quarter with a basketball. Gersma in the front court. Nearly double team. Got the ball away. Now feed into Lamar Johnson. He is going to have the basketball tipped away from behind from him. Drew Hobart got that one away, and now Mason City will turn it over back the other way. They were looking up court to Owen Rickers and just couldn't get the basketball gathered in as it was a little bit in front of him, a hard pass. So Gersma will run the point off the turnover by Mason City. Skip pass to Niehaus. Niehaus back to Kyle Smith, picked off all the way in. Oh, trying to showboat is Drayden Witt. He was going for the dunk. He only stands at 5'11". I think he ought to take the layup next time. The Bobcats come away with the basketball. I told Lamar Johnson the other day, the Bobcats leading the league in dunk attempts missed against them, and another one right there. The breakaway dunk sounds good in theory, but if you get stuffed by the rim, it's not a good look. Kyle Smith, 3 off the mark. Will Swartz can't haul on the rebound. Mason City will come away with it. Swartz just got a fingertip on that one. Not enough. Witt now has his shot blocked as he goes down to the right block. Lamar Johnson got that one. Gets it up to Will Swartz. Nearly taken away. Now Kyle Smith near side corner. Can he get it? No. Off the right side of the iron. And the rebound by Mason City. Falls a step back from straight on. Good move. Buries it home. Jameer Falls with 5, and it's getting out of hand. 19-7. 12-point lead for Mason City. Gersma, one-hand pass over to Kyle Smith, right wing. High points hit, back to Gersma. Out of the corner to Niehaus. Boy, that's not a good pass. As Niehaus promptly double-teamed in the far side corner. Working around the perimeter. Kyle Smith lets a defender blow by the 3. He had a great wide-open look, but Kyle Smith just off the mark here tonight. Can't hit it out of bounds. It is Mason City basketball. Wow. Kyle Smith last year, Bobcats split with Mason City last year. A 66-64 win here in Mason City, and then a loss at home, 57-56. But Kyle Smith, the tail of the tape, I guess you could say, 6 of 11 in the first game and a win. He was just 3 of 10 in the second game and a loss. And now a blow-by Novak on the left block, and he has his first bucket of the night. Big man at 6'5", scoring it right there, 21-7. It's a 2-touchdown lead for Mason City, and a reach-in foul is going to be called on Falls. That'll be his second foul of the night as he reached in on Drake Gersma. With 5:32 to go in the first half, and a timeout by head coach Mike Apple. He wants to make sure this offensive possession pays off. They need a bucket. We'll come back in 30. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Your future starts now. Marshalltown Community College is now enrolling for spring classes. Whether you're pursuing a degree, certificate, transferring to a 4-year university, or just looking for a few credits, MCC has the program for you. Flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and expert faculty. Do you have a busy schedule but still looking to continue your education? Check out the online programs MCC has to offer. Earn your degree completely online. It's all here at MCC. Enroll today and start your journey to success. Visit mcc.iavalley.edu.
A long road trip turning into a long night for the Bobcat girls and boys. Girls lost tonight by 30, 54-24. Now the Bobcat boys are down by 14 on the road in Mason City tonight with 5:32 to go before halftime. Bobcat basketball out of the timeout taken by head coach Mike Apple. Had a feeling like that timeout came about 2 or 3 minutes too late for the Bobcats as the Hawks just went on a run there. On a 5-0 run to begin the second quarter here. As Jameer Falls just nailed a 3 a short time ago for Mason City to extend their lead. Kyle Smith will pass in out of the timeout. He finds Jacob Hayes, who will bounce pass it to Gersma. Way up high near the MC logo at midcourt. It's to Lamar Johnson left wing. Boy, Kyle Smith all covered up. He was looking to pop open for a screen, but Mason City did a nice job defensively. The Bobcats working this shot clock down to 10 now. Kyle Smith with the basketball. Underhand flips it to Hayes. Gersma with 5 on the shot clock. It's running down. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Picks up his dribble. Forces a shot from straight on. Does not draw iron. And it is a shot clock violation. Boy, Bobcats just rattled on the road. And the 32 minutes not coming to fruition here tonight. Bobcats just at times have not been able to put it together for all 4 quarters. Will Swartz tried to kind of flop there as Ty Sanchez-Evans, the big man, took it to him. He has 8 as he finishes down there in front of the iron. 23-7 now. Gersma dribbling out high, Falls guarding him, swings to Will Swartz, drop it in. Lamar Johnson beats his defender, finishes good for 2 as he got past Drayden Witt covering him. So Lamar Johnson, first bucket of the night. A 3 in transition by Whitner, not a good take as the basketball skims off the iron over towards the student section, and it's back to the Bobcats with 4:13 to go before halftime. Kyle Smith in the near side corner will pass in here in a second. We'll find Jacob Hayes, who feeds it right back to Kyle Smith. He'll hand off to Gersma. Ball popped around there, but Gersma gathers it in. Falls will pick him up right at the timeline. Kyle Smith, right wing, and away from the ball foul. Going to be picked up. I believe this is going to be on Falls, and that'll be his 3rd of the night. And it is on Falls, his 3rd. And so the sophomore guard will be, I believe, substituted on the next dead ball. Different substitution right now. Drayden Witt checks out. Andrew Novak is back into the game. So Falls with 3 fouls, going to continue to play here. Will Swartz gets the inbound pass from Hayes, flips it back to Hayes in the near side corner. And now Gersma, left wing, he'll set up the offense. Gets a screen from Lamar Johnson, rolls, gets it to him, it was tipped. Will Swartz free throw line jumper off the right side. Lamar Johnson with a man rebound on the right block. But a jump ball going to be forced by Falls. Possession arrow with Mason City. Zane Moore going to get off the bench to check in for the Cats here. Will Swartz will check out. Mason City bringing back a lot of their team from a year ago, which in kind of film a little bit, you can see it. And a bank 3 from the right wing. I didn't think that one had a chance for Whitner, but he knocks down his 3rd 3, and things are getting out of hand here in the second. 26-9. A 10-2 run for Mason City to begin the second quarter. Nearing the 3-minute mark before halftime. Gersma, top of the key, reverses, goes down the left side of the paint, and a touch on the arm as he goes up. Owen Rickers will pick up the foul. Gersma will go to the line for 2 free throws. Gersma 1 for 2 at the stripe tonight. Takes a deep breath, and the first free throw's up and good. Gersma with 6 of the 10 Bobcat points tonight. Now he has 7 of the 11. Makes a second free throw. 3 minutes to go before halftime. 26-11. Bobcats trailing on the road. Falls down the heart of the paint, tries to kick out, and a foul on the floor. I believe Kyle Smith reached in late, and that'll be his first foul of the night. And they're actually going to rule this on Drake Gersma. It happened before Kyle Smith reached in. First of the night for Gersma. Falls checks out. Hobart's back in. Inbound pass, and they're going to say Lamar Johnson pushed Whitner, the intended target on the inbound, from behind. Lamar's second foul of the night. 2:48 to go, second quarter. We'll see if he will stay in there or not. He will. Bounce pass on the inbound. Shot is no good. Owen Rickers caught the inbound pass, put it on the block and went up. And just a little bit strong in the shot, and then the rebound attempt. A foul's going to be called on Marcel Whitner, his first of the night. Say a hold on the hand. Jamison Niehaus is back into the game for the Bobcats. He'll replace Lamar Johnson, who just picked up his second. Bobcats trailing by 15 in Mason City. Zane Moore still in the basketball game. Feeds to Niehaus, top of the key. Niehaus backs it out. Now swings Kyle Smith right wing. Kind of tripped up by Drayden Witt. Drives down the right side of the paint. Up and under, and just too strong, but he follows his own miss. Putback is no good by Kyle Smith. Ty Sanchez Evans trying for the rebound. We'll see who the foul comes on. I believe it's going to be on Sanchez Evans. And that'll be his first foul of the night. I believe that's actually going to be on Drayden Witt. All right, so Witt on the backside of the play there. Sends Kyle Smith to the free throw stripe for the first time. And that's his first bucket of the night. First point. 26-12. Second free throw to come, and it's good. So Kyle Smith knocks down both free throws. And Smith, 79% free throw shooter on the season. Mason City quickly in the front court. An awkward-looking shot by Drayden Witt. Kind of leans in from the left high post. Puts up a shot. It's deflected by the Bobcats out of bounds. It will stay with Mason City with 2:07 to go before halftime. Baseline left side. Mason City tries to get it into Whitner on the right block, but Niehaus bats it out of bounds. Baseline right side now on the inbound. Sanchez Evans left block catches the inbound. Over Jacob Hayes misses it. Gersma with a rebound and a reach-in foul. This one going to come in on Will Chisel, his second now. Fifth team foul, so that means free throws now for the Bobcats. And Drake Gersma will head to the line. 3 for 4 tonight at the stripe. Bobcats don't have enough free throws to qualify in the statistics for team-wise, but if you did count their free throw percentage at 72% as a team, that is 7th in 4A. First free throw is no good by Gersma. Second one to come. Takes that deep breath. Free throws up off the front of the iron. Can't get either one to go. Under 2 to go before halftime. A little leaner at the rack. Owen Rickers caught a pass from way out. Down at the left block and finishes for 2. His first bucket tonight for the Riverhawks, 28-13. 15 the lead. Jacob Hayes, left block, trying to go to work against Whitner. Can't do anything with it. Feeds out Zane Moore, right wing, over to Niehaus, far side corner. Back to Gersma, and Gersma, they say, the last to touch it as it goes into the Riverhawk bench on the far side. 1:31 to go. An errant inbound pass in the backcourt, but Chisel is able to get there as he got the inbound pass from Drayden Witt. Witt down to the right block, turnaround jumper as he steps back is good. Drayden Witt now into the scoring column, 30-13. Ty Sanchez Evans comes out high, guards Gersma. Gersma dishes, a late feed to Niehaus on the right block. Whitner's going to step in and commit his second foul of the night as Niehaus was in the process of putting up a shot. And this will send Jamison Niehaus to the line for 2 free throws. Niehaus, 3 of 4 on the season at the stripe. Clock stopped at 1:02. And Niehaus, first free throw is good, his first point of the night. Second free throw to come for Niehaus. Knocks this one down as well. 2 points for Niehaus tonight. Much needed free throws before halftime. It's 30-15 after the 2 made free throws and a foul as the ball is being brought up court. And a push foul going to be called on the Bobcats. It's going to be on Zane Moore. Away from the ball. Baseline throw, and Novak catches it. Right block goes up against Hayes and scores right over him with that 6'5" frame. Novak with 4. And on the offensive end, Kyle Smith goes in. He'll draw a foul, but limping after it. Officials talking with him. It looks like he's going to be okay. 2 free throws to come. Third foul on Owen Rickers. So he's going to check out. Replaced by Dane Hansen. First time we've seen him tonight. The 6'2 junior checks into the game. Cal Smith, second free throw is good after missing the first free throw. He is 3 of 4 at the stripe tonight. 32-16. 40 seconds to go in Mason City in the first half. Whitner up the near side, dribbles to the right wing, picked up by Niehaus, drives all the way down to the right block. Tries to score over Niehaus, but it pops in and out. Feed out to Kyle Smith, far side. Shot clock is off. 25 seconds to go, first half. Bobcats definitely need a bucket here. Kyle Smith looking for a step-back 3, but Chisel was on him. Down to 16 seconds. Kyle Smith, a lot of dribbling, pulls up straight on 3. Pops out right side. Zane Moore hustles for the rebound. Gets it out to Will Swartz. 4 seconds. Niehaus, an extra kick. Hayes off the right side of the iron on the 3-point attempt for the near side corner, and that sends us to halftime. 32-16. Cats in a big hole in their first Iowa Lions Conference North game of the season. Halftime coverage coming up next when we come back to Mason City. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're listening to News Talk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM, and watching right here on KFJB-TV.
'Tis the season at Greg Young Chevrolet of Marshalltown. Starting Black Friday, when you buy a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, you'll receive a 65-inch TV and up to $500 to spend at local businesses. It's the perfect time to upgrade your ride and celebrate the season. But hurry, this offer ends December 31st. Visit us on South Center Street just north of Highway 30 or online at GregYoungMarshalltown.com. Make this holiday season one to remember with Greg Young Chevrolet of Marshalltown.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
The Halftime Report, presented by Scouting America. Adventure on.
16-point lead at halftime for the Mason City Riverhawks. They scored 16 in the first quarter and 16 in the second quarter as the Bobcats outscored right there in that quarter by 7 points, and of course in a big deficit at the break. A lot of shots have not gone here tonight. There's been some good looks. Jacob Hayes has had quite a few opportunities but hasn't been able to knock him down. Kyle Smith has tried to create but has not found a field goal here tonight. And at the break, Jamison Niehaus with 2 points for the Bobcats, 3 points for Kyle Smith, 2 for Lamar Johnson, 2 for Jacob Hayes. And leading scorer for the Bobcats at the break, 7 points for Drake Gersma. Meanwhile, on the other side of things for Mason City, Jameer Falls with 5. 11 for Marcel Whitner. He got hot in the first quarter. He knocked down 2 threes and hit one here in the second on his way to 11 at the break. Owen Rickers with 2. Drayden Witt with 2. Andrew Novak has 4 tonight. And Ty Sanchez-Evans with 8 points. A couple guys in foul trouble for Mason City. Falls and Rickers have 3 fouls in that first half of action. 32-16 is our halftime score. This is Bobcat basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
When my kids come home from camp, they're so excited. They go on and on about all the activities they got to do.
My son loves to go fishing,
Cooking, photography, kayaking,
zip line, archery,
robotics, camping, oceanography,
swimming, and radio. He's got so many fun stories that he would share that we just wouldn't have otherwise.
Being involved in scouting, my boys have made lifelong friendships.
I would recommend putting your kids in scouting. It's a great way for them to learn skills while having fun.
Marshalltown Community School District thanks you for voting yes in the referendum to move forward with the plan to remodel and modernize Miller Middle School and the enhancement to Franklin Field. We will continue to provide updates about this exciting project as they move forward in the process. There is so much positive energy for the future. Thanks for saying yes to our students and yes for Marshalltown. To learn more, go to marshalltowncsdfuture.com.
The Halftime Report, presented by Scouting America. Adventure on.
Back in Mason City, let's get a scoreboard update tonight as we take a look around the area with scores. Right now in the boys' action, out of the third, BGM is leading BCLUW 46-33. Right now, Applington Parkersburg on top of South Hardin 37-24. Waverly Shell Rock is leading North Polk 33-23. Cedar Falls at halftime leading Ankeny 33-21. Girls finals tonight. Cedar Falls tops Ankeny 41-37. Applington Parkersburg 57-47 over South Hardin. North Polk on top of Indianola 37-31. The final there, and a final here in Mason City in the girls game. Girls lost 54-24. Coming up tomorrow night, we have doubleheader coverage from inside the Roundhouse. Girls, boys, doubleheader starting at 6 o'clock. Dylan Doze will be alongside me as the Bobcats take on the Fort Dodge Dodgers tomorrow night. Again, coverage starting at 6 o'clock. Take a timeout. Halftime continues here in Mason City. This is Bobcat basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
When Mike Overton moved to Laurel, Iowa, he had a vision to have a diesel repair shop that would support his growing family and passion for working on diesel engines. Being part of the East Marshall community means ensuring that farmers, truck drivers, and businesses run smoothly. With a large building and state-of-the-art equipment, Laurel Diesel Services is always up for a challenge. When your farm trucks, semis, or other diesel equipment requires maintenance or the occasional repair, take it to Laurel Diesel Services.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is sponsored by Marshalltown Area Chamber. Meet in Marshalltown.com. Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction. And McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, quality furniture for every room in your home.
Welcome back to Mason City High School. Brandon Lewis with you on KFJB-TV. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. Be sure to hit the like button and support our broadcast and coverage of Bobcat Athletics. Also be sure to subscribe and get those upcoming notifications by turning on the alerts so you don't miss any Bobcat action. Bobcats in action against Fort Dodge tomorrow night in a girls-boys doubleheader, and then first game out of the break will be against the Ames Little Cyclones, the Waterloo East Trojans on Tuesday, January 7th on the road. Then the Bobcats will be back home against the Ames Little Cyclones on Friday, January 10th. Also, Bobcat Live will be off for the winter break and return on Thursday, January 9th. So look forward to have you along for that coverage coming up. Second half is right around the corner. This is Bobcat basketball. They trail 32-16 at half right here on KFJB-TV.
Some say life is like a road trip. Is it a coincidence Scooter's Coffee is a drive-thru? We don't think so. Whether you need a coffee while you enjoy the view, to just get you through the long stretch, or to refuel between stops, Scooter's Coffee is there, brewing up delicious coffee, espresso blenders, smoothies, iced drinks, and more, with the convenience of a drive-thru so you can stay on the road and enjoy the ride. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooters in Marshalltown.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or the company party with plenty of space for everyone. Visit Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to start planning your group outing at Wayward Social, the place for fun.
Brandon Lewis back with you in Mason City tonight. We did not have Brian Murphy, head coach, on for the girls after they fell tonight on the road by a final score of 54-24. That's because the girls' bus got going on the road here tonight with the snow and conditions and snow drifting over the road, that kind of stuff. They wanted to get headed back to Marshalltown to prevent such a late night. Boys also going to do that. So our post-game chats with coaches all brought to you by Laurel Diesel Services. Appreciate their support of Bobcat Athletics. Of course, Laurel Diesel Services, your locally owned, qualified diesel mechanics. Second half just about ready to get going. That's next here on KFJB-TV.
Make the equity in your home work for you with the home equity loan from Lennox Employees Credit Union. Crush high-interest credit card debt and make needed improvements to your home. You have the power to refinance and change your financial life. With the lower interest rate, repayment is more comfortable than paying those high credit card interest rates. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is sponsored by Assured Partners, power through partnership. Greg Young Chevrolet of Marshalltown. Drive with Greg Young and experience top auto service and selection. And Lennox Employees Credit Union, lennoxecu.com.
Second half underway for the Bobcats and Riverhawks from Mason City High School. And right away, Bobcats give up a play inside to Andrew Novak. He has 6 on the night. Turnaround jumper from straight on is good. 34-16 now our score. Gersma has a pass inside looking for Lamar Johnson. Taken away by Novak. Falls in transition, a 3, an awkward looking one, no good, but Novak reaches up, gets the rebound, and pushed by Lamar Johnson. Just an off night for the Cats here. Well, Schwartz is going to pick up his first foul of the night. Thought that looked like that was more on Lamar Johnson there, but Johnson with a couple here tonight will take it. And now Sanchez Evans inside, scores it for 2. He has 10 on the night. Gersma top of the key. Bumped by Hobart. Got it to Hayes, back to Gersma. Now to Will Schwartz. Now they drop it to the free throw line. Look at Lamar Johnson. Skip pass over to Kyle Smith off his fingertips, almost out of bounds, saves it. Back to Gersma, top of the key. 5 seconds on the shot clock. 3, far side corner, pops in and out. 3, no good by Hayes. We've said that numerous times tonight. Falls left wing in transition, got it. Dumps it off to Sanchez Evans. Step back. When you're hot, you're hot. 12 now for Ty Sanchez Evans. 18-footer on the near side is good. And he likes that baseline jumper. (38-16). It's a 6-0 run for Mason City out of halftime. Boy, the Bobcats just not getting inside. Just a bunch of passes around the perimeter, and now it's batted out of bounds. Hobart got a piece of that one as goes into the Bobcat bench. It'll stay with the red and blue, but 7 seconds left on the shot clock now. They're just trying to go inside. Just absolutely nothing. They've tried to back in Kyle Smith a few times, and it's just not been there. But Gersma gets a bucket just like he did early on here tonight. Knifes through the defense and finishes on the right side for 2. 38-18, 20-point game. Novak left wing, catches it, drives in against Hayes, left block, has to kick out to Falls. Now to Whitner near side. Drives baseline bump by Lamar Johnson, and that will be the foul that will come against Lamar. Third of the night for Lamar Johnson. Baseline left side, pass inbound to Falls. Backs down Gersma, turnaround jumper, hangs on the iron and falls in. Some home cooking tonight for Mason City. And it's 8-2, and they're unfortunately cooking the Cats on the road. 22-point lead now. 3 for the Cats is off the mark by Gersma. Rebound by Sanchez Evans. Outlet to Whitner. Hesitates at the three-point line on the right wing. And goes inside, can't score it. Gersma rips away the rebound. He'll take it himself all the way down. Reverse layup off the bottom of the backboard. No good. Hobart in transition. Finds Whitner. Wide open. Far side corner. Skims off the iron. Kyle Smith with the rebound. And he'll bring it up court. Approaching 4.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Kyle Smith way up high. NBA 3 from straight on. No good as it skims off the iron and bounces out front as Novak hauls it in. Hands off to Falls. Falls left wing, picked up by Johnson. Now gets it to Sanchez Evans, top of the key. Working against Zane Moore. He had his hands down, picked him up late, and that will be a foul on Zane Moore, his second of the night. Just those little things that happen in this game where Mason City speeding him up. And not a good place for the foul to come because there is still 4:21 to go third quarter, and that's already the third team foul on the Bobcats. Whitner off the inbound, comes off a screen, wide open for a 3 in the near side corner. It's no good. Batted around down low, turnaround jumper as Owen Rickers got the rebound. Put back on the left block is no good, but he draws the offensive foul and 2 free throws to come for Owen Rickers. 2 points tonight for Rickers, his first trip to the line. He's a perfect 3 of 3 through 2 games on the season. And he's 4-4. Second free throw is good by Rickers as well. 10-2 run now. Bobcats into the front court. Boy, they are just being pressed pretty hard in the front court. And again, a lot of perimeter passes, nothing doing, and now in the way. Drayden Witt of a pass from Gersma over to left wing to Kyle Smith is tipped out of bounds into the Bobcat bench. 3:56 stopped on the clock. 42-18 our score. Mason City all over the Bobcats. Kyle Smith gets a feed from Gersma. The 3 is no good. And a foul going to be called on Owen Rickers. And a push down low. And it will be Bobcat basketball baseline right side. Owen Rickers, his 4th foul of the night. He looked completely shocked, but he's found his fourth foul of the night and a timeout. Head coach Mike Apple. It's Bobcat basketball when we come back. Cats trailing 42-18 on the road in Mason City, right here on KFJB-TV.
Legends American Grill is the perfect place to watch your favorite team. Enjoy wings, nachos, steaks, and prime rib available on Friday and Saturday nights. It's game on for great food and your favorite drink to wash it down. You like burgers? Legends has fantastic, unique burger creations like this. The Legends Burger. Absolutely delicious. Gather with friends, enjoy your favorite team's games with the NFL Sunday Ticket, and make some memories. Legends American Grill in Marshalltown and our new Newton location, where the game is always on.
Hey Bobcat Nation, this is Arian Hancock and you're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
Well, a big deficit for the Bobcats, 42-18, a timeout taken by head coach Mike Apple. Not the way the Bobcats had envisioned a long road trip to Mason City. Take a look at the Mason City student section there on KFJB-TV. They've been fired up for this one and the girls' game tonight. 3:50 remaining in the third quarter. Brandon Lewis, thanks for joining us here tonight on KFJB-TV. Jeff Brooks, our producer, back at the studio. David Braga on site. Keith Stewart, Lincoln Eastman, our camera crew tonight. Bobcat basketball out of the timeout. Kyle Smith will look to pass it in as Whitner will guard on him. Whitner adjusting his hair before the throw in there, as you see on KFJB-TV. Like Dion said, you look good, you feel good, you play good, and then they pay good after that. For Whitner, he's had a nice night, 11 points. Falls an errant three, but Sanchez Evans cleans it up and scores it, and it's now a 12-2 run at a halftime. Kyle Smith to stop the bleeding. He cannot. His three is off the front of the iron. And the rebound brought in by Isaac Rickers, the sophomore. Drayden Witt now running the point, approaching the 3-minute mark. Feed down to Whitner, loses the basketball out of bounds. They say Kyle Smith tipped it away. Mason City will drop it in the left block and now give it back to Witt, the inbound man. He catches it, feeds over to Sanchez Evans, far side corner. Now back to Drayden Witt, drops it inside to Whitner, and up and over. He scores it for two. He has 13. 14-2 run now at a halftime. Kyle Smith, right wing, high point in the basketball, throws it away. He was looking for Gersma. Witt takes it all the way in. Layup is no good. Gersma gets the rebound. He'll push in transition, knifes into the paint, tries to score over Sanchez Evans, loses the basketball out of bounds, but it'll leave Whitner and Sanchez Evans help that basketball go out of bounds. It will stay with the Bobcats on the right side. 2:28 to go, third quarter. Gersma scored for two earlier in this quarter, but have not scored in probably at least about 4 minutes. Hayes hard on the inbound pass, hits the legs of Niehaus. He dribbles it out left wing as Lamar Johnson's also checked back into the game. Goes up strong as guarding on him was Isaac Rickers. And Rickers will pick up his first foul of the night. Sends Lamar Johnson to the line. Lamar 10 of 14 at the free throw stripe. He's been pretty solid this season there, and he makes the first free throw. 3 points on the night for Lamar Johnson now. 46-19 now our score. And the score will hold at a 27-point deficit for the Cats as Lamar Johnson misses the second free throw. And now a travel as Whitner was bringing it up court, and he almost goes down court and dunks it even after the whistle, but he drew it back down. No one did not want to catch a technical foul right there, so wise move. So after the travel Bobcat basketball inbound to Jacob Hayes. Swings it right wing to Zane Moore, now to Gersma. Gersma gets it back to Zane Moore near side corner, dribbles out. Niehaus, right wing, dribbles to the top of the key. It's nothing going inside. Lamar Johnson trying to work hard down there, pushed out of there by Whitner. Lamar Johnson will go up strong, and he'll create. And Johnson with 5. Bobcats put on a little backcourt pressure, but Mason City breaks through it as Drayden Witt got the feed from Sanchez Evans. Drayden Witt with 4 points in the game. Lamar Johnson back the other way. Left block goes up high over the defense, scores it for 2. We could use more of that, and now a blocking foul going to be called on Lamar Johnson as Falls caught the inbound pass, went up. Lamar looked to almost be set, but not quite. And so the foul will come in on Lamar Johnson, his 4th here tonight. Kyle Smith, Gersma, as well as Niehaus, Johnson, and Hayes, the 5 on the floor here. A few substitutions being made for Mason City. That is the 5th team foul on the Bobcats, so free throws coming. Falls at the line. Really has a giddy up into that free throw, but it's strong, no good. Second one is good. It will rattle in for Jameer Falls. 8 points tonight for number 2. Gersman to the front court as we approach the 1 minute mark in the third quarter. 49-23, Bobcats trailing. Niehaus, near side corner, backs it out to Hayes. Top of the key, 3 will rattle home for the first time tonight. Hayes has 5 points on the night, but the first 3's made here tonight. Bobcats force a turnover in the backcourt as Lamar Johnson came away with the basketball. Niehaus gets it to Gersma, right wing. Gersma's going to go down to the right block, and he gets himself between the ball and the man and scores it off the glass. Good for 2 for Gersma. And a timeout going to be called with 39 seconds left in the third quarter. We'll take it with him. This is Bobcat basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Hey Bobcat Nation, this is Adam Boone. You're watching Bobcat basketball on KFJB-TV.
Tough night for the Bobcats as Mason City calls a timeout as the Cats trying to work their way back into it. They were down by 27, but now down by 21 after a couple of nice buckets. Gersma got in the action, including Lamar Johnson as well. It was a 14-2 run for Mason City at a halftime. 38 seconds to go in the third quarter. Mason City basketball after the timeout by head coach Nick Trask. Into the front court. Jameer Falls has it. Top of the key. Goes down to left block. Turn around. Feeds it to Novak late. And it's no good. And he gets tied up with Jacob Hayes. And I believe Jacob's going to pick up a foul on that play. That'll be Jacob's first foul of the night, and of course, Bobcats over 5 team fouls, so 2 more free throws coming. Andrew Novak at the line for 2. And the first free throw is no good for Andrew Novak. Novak 5 of 7 on the season coming into this game. At the free throw line. Second free throw is good by Novak, and he has 7 on the night. Jacob Hayes, right wing, back to Gersma, top of the key, now to Niehaus. He goes down to the left block, but 3 defenders collapse, loses the basketball. Falls comes away with it. Niehaus is going to reach in. Not a good foul from behind, as that will send Mason City right back to the free throw stripe with 5.8 seconds to go in this third quarter. Just a really bad foul right there by Niehaus. That's one where maybe you want to put some pressure, but you definitely do not want to commit a foul. And Falls at the line for 2, rattles home the first one. He is now 2 of 3 at the stripe tonight. And that one is good as well. So that one hurts the Bobcats, closing out the third quarter. Inbound to Kyle Smith, up to Jacob Hayes. Will take a shot. It's blocked by Novak. Did they say he caught him on the arm? They did. So this will be 2 free throws. Wow, I thought that was actually a clean block by Novak. He couldn't believe it. Novak will pick up his first foul of the night, and Jacob Hayes, this is his first trip of the night to the free throw line, and he knocks down the first free throw. Hayes, 3 of 4 entering the night on the season, and he will miss the second one at the stripe. So 6 points for Jacob Hayes with that third to come, as it was a 3, and he will make that one. And 7 points now for Jacob Hayes. That will send us to the fourth quarter. Bobcats down big by 22 as we head to the fourth quarter in Mason City on KFJB-TV.
Auto loans at Lennox Employees Credit Union are not just for cars. If you are looking to purchase a new or used motorcycle, boat, snowmobile, or other recreational vehicle, look no further. Lennox Employees Credit Union has low loan rates, and the loan process is so easy. Visit lennoxecu.com for rates and membership eligibility information, or go to 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown to visit with one of our loan officers. Lennox Employees Credit Union, member NCUA.
We enter the fourth quarter with the Bobcats trailing by 22 points, 52-30 the score. Bobcats will begin the fourth quarter with the basketball. Scoreboard update here for you, thanks to Jeff Brooks back at the KFJB radio studios. End of the third, Applington Parkersburg leading South Hardin 53-35. Also a final in boys basketball. BGM beats BCLUW 56-48. Bobcats begin the fourth with the basketball with a big deficit. Kyle Smith drives baseline, gets kind of pushed out of there, has to get rid of it. Zay Moore gets it on the left wing, feeds to Kyle Smith, picks up his dribble over to Gersma. And then a skip pass by Gersma is picked off, intended for Zane Moore. Falls comes away with the basketball. They get it to Sanchez Evans just outside the right block, and he goes right inside. Zaymore Niehaus not able to stop the drive by Ty Sanchez Evans. 16 for the big man. Kyle Smith has the ball poked away by Falls. Bobcats have just not adjusted well to the pressure here tonight, put on by this Mason City squad. Jacob Hayes, though, with a nice jumper at the free throw line. Makes it 54-32 now. And now as Mason City Riverhawks bring the basketball up court, it looks like a reach-in foul going to be called on Jamison Niehaus, excuse me. Second foul of the night on Jamison Niehaus. Adam Boone will check in and replace him. Mason City will inbound to Marcel Wittner, who steps out of bounds on the near side, and as he does that as well, he traveled with it, and it's back to the Bobcats. Turnover with 6:45 and counting, fourth quarter. Gersma into the front court, near side corner. Pass out to the left wing, and around the perimeter they work it to Boone. Mason City's just done a really good job to guard the perimeter here tonight. Left high post jumper by Jacob Hayes is no good. Feed up to Novak, left block, guarded by Hayes. Has to stop. Pops it back out to the near side. Drayden Witt with the basketball, dumps it back to Sanchez Evans, kicks to Whitner, three, far side corner, no good. And a tie up down low as Novak gets into it with Zane Moore. And the possession arrow is, they're going to rule it a foul. Yeah, I thought, like I mentioned, they got into it, and Novak's going to pick up the foul. His third of the night. Gersman transition, gets the feed, right wing three, pops in and out. Falls gets the outlet pass up to Whitner, left wing. Picked up by Jacob Hayes, drives to the left block, and a turnaround. A lot of moving there, and a travel's going to be called on Whitner as he hits the deck. Jacob Hayes kind of took the chair out from behind him, and now Whitner will be called on a reach-in foul as he's guarding Gersma, bringing it up court. And Whitner will pick up the foul. That'll be his first of the night. Whitner will check out. Drew Hobart is back into the game. Bobcats inbound to Gersma. Flips it up to the free throw line to Hayes. Passes left wing. Adam Boone will knock it down. Hasn't seen the floor a whole lot tonight, but Adam Boone with a nice three from the left wing. 54-35. Cats still trailing. Novak in transition. Misses the bunny from the left wing, but follows his shot and miss and gets it on the right block. Turnaround is good on the putback. 9 tonight for Novak, and finally Kyle Smith hits his first three from the near side corner. And that is Kyle Smith's first field goal of the night here in the fourth quarter with 5:05 to go in the basketball game. A miss by Mason City, Bobcat basketball, as it was bobbling around. Zane Moore, Gersma going for it. Gersma came away with it, and as he brought it up floor, a foul going to be called. And that's on Whitner, his second. Excuse me, actually not Whitner. It's going to be, I'm not sure who they ruled that on. Okay, it was on Jameer Falls. They corrected that. All right, so that will be his fourth. I was going to say they had Whitner, but he was not even in the game. And so Falls with 4 will hit the bench with just 4:56 to go. And that is the 5th team foul on Mason City, which will send Jacob Hayes to the free throw line. And the second free throw is good, and a timeout going to be called as Jacob Hayes knocks down that free throw. With 4:56 to go in the basketball game, a timeout on the floor, 56-39. Bobcats trail on KFJB-TV.
'Tis the season at Greg Young Chevrolet of Marshalltown. Starting Black Friday, when you buy a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, you'll receive a 65-inch TV and up to $500 to spend at local businesses. It's the perfect time to upgrade your ride and celebrate the season. But hurry, this offer ends December 31st. Visit us on South Center Street just north of Highway 30 or online at GregYoungMarshalltown.com. Make this holiday season one to remember with Greg Young Chevrolet of Marshalltown.
Hey, it's Jim Stinghouse, home of the Bobcats, KFJB-TV.
Welcome back to Mason City. 4:56, fourth quarter. Bobcats on the road tonight. Looking like they're going to suffer their fourth loss of the season as they stand at a mark of 2-3. Mason City's just 1-1. This is their first game in 9 days. They were supposed to play Fort Dodge on Tuesday, but that one postponed to January 6th. Bobcats coming off a loss to Southeast Polk by 8 on Monday night. Bigger deficit on the road here tonight. Timeout called on the floor by the Hawks. And as we head to this end of the court, left side of your radio dial, they break the press. And scoring it for two is Drayden Witt. He has 6 on the night. The Bobcats just really being under a lot of duress offensively here tonight, but they find Gersma on the right block. He spins around in front and finishes at the rack for 2. 13 for Gersma. And now Jacob Hayes ties up with Andrew Novak. Possession arrow stays with Mason City. Currently a 17-point lead, but Mason City's led by as many as 27 tonight. Inbound pass to Andrew Novak's a little too high. Mason City does get it back, though. And as Drayden Witt went up for it, he missed it, but somebody grabbed the net on the Bobcats side. They're going to count the basketball and say it was goaltending. But head coach Mike Apple saying it was Drew Hobart who grabbed the net. Hobart or Witt? And so they're not going to count the basket. And so Drayden Witt went up with a shot, missed it, but I believe that he was the one who kind of pulled the rim down a little bit. Bobcats get it to Adam Boone. Far side corner 3 is no good. Whitner gets the basketball. Works it up left wing. Feeds into the near side corner to Drayden Witt. Drop it into Novak. Underhands it to Witt, who cuts, and he scores on the right side. 60-41. Al Smith with a skip pass on the offensive end is picked off. He was looking for Jacob Hayes, and Drayden Witt will take it all the way. He has 6 points here in the fourth quarter. 10 on the night. Now another turnover as Andrew Novak picks off a pass. He'll stop on the left block, feeds back to Ty Sanchez-Evans. Fakes a 3 at the top. Kyle Smith picks his pocket. He'll run it out as Hobart steps in on him. Gets it to a trailing Zane Moore, and Novak lands on his back as both players will hit the deck. And with 2:54 to go in the game, that will send Zane Moore to the free throw line for 2 free throws. Oh, wow, they ruled that one on the floor. I thought Zane Moore was going to go up with it. And Novak was coming down on him, which made it hard to go up for the shot. That should be 2 free throws, I would think. And they are going to finally put Zane Moore at the free throw line. Going to be shocked. Zane Moore was definitely going to try to go up, but kind of hard when the guy's laying on your back. But Zane Moore at the free throw stripe for the first time tonight will knock that one down. One more to come, and a line change coming for the Bobcats. Talon Halstead is into the game, amongst a few others. You see the replay there, yeah. Doesn't get a whole lot more obvious than that. Zane Moore's second free throw pops in and out, no good. Fall still in the game, running the point for Mason City, but he drives down the left side of the paint, loses the basketball, stumbling about himself with those 4 fouls, loses it. Turnover back to the Bobcats with 2:45 to go. 62-42, back to a 20-point game. Dom Kluwer is now running the point for the Bobcats. Bobcats miss and a rebound by Hobart. Or no, that's Chisel. He's checked back into the game. Up court to Owen Rickers. Now feeds it back near side corner. Dane Hansen, 3, no good. Rebound inside by Brock Anderson, who's checked in for Mason City as well. Talon Halstead beats him out for the rebound. Up to Levi Bell, but Bell didn't have his head around. hits off his shoulder, and it's a turnover on the Bobcats. Back to Mason City. And a shove and a push from behind, apparently, away from the ball foul with 2:07 to go. We'll take a timeout. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Owen Rickers scores for Mason City while we're away. It's now 64-42 with 90 seconds to go. And on the offensive end of things, Bobcats fouled. Isaac Sincerios was fouled, and he'll head a line for two, and the first one is no good. Sincerios for the second free throw, and it's no good. Halstead tried to swipe for the rebound, couldn't haul it in. Clock stops at 1:28, now rolls as Mason City controls the basketball. Will Chisel. And it looked like we had a push and away from the ball foul down low. Talon Halstead will pick up the foul. That was away from the ball. Mason City will look to inbound. Dane Hansen catches it right wing. Now they drop it. Down low to the right block to Brock Anderson, and a foul. That's Halstead again going to pick up the foul. Two free throws to come here. 64-42, 1:17 to go. We'll step aside with the free throws here. You're locked into Bobcat coverage on KFJB-TV.
Make the equity in your home work for you with the home equity loan from Lennox Employees Credit Union. Crush high-interest credit card debt and make needed improvements to your home. You have the power to refinance and change your financial life. With the lower interest rate, repayment is more comfortable than paying those high credit card interest rates. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is sponsored by Assured Partners, power through partnership. Greg Young Chevrolet of Marshalltown. Drive with Greg Young and experience top auto service and selection. And Lennox Employees Credit Union, lennoxecu.com.
Both free throws missed while we were away for Mason City. Dom Kluwer took a couple of threes, but not able to convert for Marshalltown, and now Mason City loses it out of bounds at the baseline. 24 seconds to go in Mason City, 64-42. Riverhawks on top of the Bobcats. Dom Kluwer running the point, has his pocket picked by Chisel. And an over and back on Dom Kluwer. Well, as if the trip was not long enough, Bobcat girls and boys come out with lopsided losses here tonight. Mason City with a straight-on miss, and the final seconds will run out, and that'll do it. Bobcats pretty much run out of the gym from the start. 64-42 here tonight. They were down 16-7 after one. They were down 32-16 at the break, and come up with a 22-point loss on the road in Mason City tonight. Bobcats fall to 2-4. Mason City improves to 2-1 as both teams in their first conference opener game here tonight. We head to the locker room report coming up next. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown, and they are proud to support Marshalltown Bobcat Athletics. If you need a new recliner to relax in, or perhaps a new dining set for the whole family, shop McGregor's. They also have a good selection of luxurious sectional sofas. Score the mattress of your dreams with an assist from the McGregor's friendly and knowledgeable staff. You'll be the household MVP when you bring home the winning selection from McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown. Open 7 days a week.
Your future starts now. Marshalltown Community College is now enrolling for spring classes. Whether you're pursuing a degree, certificate, transferring to a 4-year university, or just looking for a few credits, MCC has the program for you. Flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and expert faculty. Do you have a busy schedule but still looking to continue your education? Check out the online programs MCC has to offer. Earn your degree completely online. It's all here at MCC. Enroll today and start your journey to success. Visit mcc.iavalley.edu.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Clean sweep for Mason City tonight as the girls lose 54-24 and the guys go down 64-42 here tonight as Bobcat leading scorer tonight, Drake Erzma with 13. Jacob Hayes finishes with 10, 7 for Lamar Johnson, 3 for Kyle Smith, Adam Boone 3 as well. Nobody really got going, could not do anything on the perimeter, not get anything inside for much of the night. Meanwhile, Marcel Whitner got going there in the first. He had 11, didn't finish with anything in the second half, but it was the team around him that got things going as Drayden Witt finishes with 10, and Ty Sanchez-Evans, he had a really good night, finishes with 20 points for the Riverhawks as we finalize our stat line here tonight. Bobcats fall to 2-4. Riverhawks now 2-1 as Marshalltown will be in action tomorrow night. We'll tell you more about that as we continue with our locker room report. By the way, Mason City is going to be at Ames tomorrow night, so that'll be a good measuring stick for them in Iowa Alliance North Conference action. We'll name our OPA player of the game when we come back. This is the Locker Room Report, all brought to you by Wells Fargo Advisors on KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is sponsored by Sports Plus, sportsplusTherapy.com. Wayward Social, the place for bowling, games, food, and more. And Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown, helping you develop strategies for pursuing your financial goals.
Welcome back to Mason City in the Locker Room Report here tonight As 64-42 our final score. Time to name our player of the game. All brought to you by Opa Grill in Marshalltown. Of course, serving up Greek and traditional favorites. All you have to say is Opa, awarding a $25 gift certificate to our player of the game. Tonight, our player of the game, Drake Gersma, finishes with 13 points for the Bobcats. And tonight he went 3 of 6 at the free throw stripe as well. That is our player of the game, as Drake Gersma earns a $25 gift certificate as that Bobcat player of the game. When we come back, we'll get a scoreboard update, and also we will talk about the next contest for the Bobcats. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
What does OPA mean? OPA means joy, enthusiasm, and approval. And when you dine at OPA Grill in Marshalltown, you'll understand why. With their made-to-order pastas, soups, and salads made daily with the freshest ingredients. Favorites include chicken parmesan pan-fried to perfection, fresh and light chicken lemon rice soup, and their signature OPA salad topped with seasoned gyro meat. OPA Grill Family Restaurant in Marshalltown, where you can dine in or drive through. All you have to say is OPA!
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Well, the Bobcats out-hustled and muscled tonight on the tune of a 22-point loss on the road, 64-42 in the boys' game. Girls lost here tonight, 54-24, the final score. Let's get some other final scores around the area here tonight. Thanks to Jeff Brooks, our producer back at the radio studios. Martindale St. Mary's wins 62-36 over Baxter. Cedar Falls in boys basketball tops Ankeny 67-53. Waverly Shellrock downs North Polk 69-50. Applington Parkersburg tops South Hardin 68-45. Coming up next for the Marshalltown boys basketball team, they'll be in action tomorrow night as they will take on the Fort Dodge Dodgers, while the girls-boys doubleheader starting at 6 here on KFJB-TV. Hope to have you along for that one tomorrow night as the Bobcats look for their first conference victory. Normally at this time we talk to head coach Mike Apple, all presented by Laurel Diesel Services, but with the weather the way it is and the snow and drifting snow at that, we will skip our post-game interview here tonight by the request of Coach. So all brought to you by Laurel Diesel Services. Appreciate their support of Bobcat Athletics. Of course, Laurel Diesel Services, your locally owned, qualified diesel mechanics. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
When Mike Overton moved to Laurel, Iowa, he had a vision to have a diesel repair shop that would support his growing family and passion for working on diesel engines. Being part of the East Marshall community means ensuring that farmers, truck drivers, and businesses run smoothly. With a large building and state-of-the-art equipment, Laurel Diesel Services is always up for a challenge. When your farm trucks, semis, or other diesel equipment requires maintenance or the occasional repair, take it to Laurel Diesel Services.
At Tyler Prishong State Farm, we are M-Town proud.
For us, M-Town proud is about having absolute pride in the place that we live and work. The people in this community represent everything that I believe in and everything I want to instill in my children.
Hardworking,
diverse, genuine,
kind, and passionate.
A blue-collar town that has shown countless times we can depend on each other.
We'd love to talk to you about what makes you
M-Town proud.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
One final time in Mason City tonight. Boys fall 64-42, and the girls also fall tonight at the hands of the Riverhawks 54-24. For our KFJB-TV crew here tonight, our producer on scene, David Braga, our radio producer back at the studios, Jeff Brooks, and on our camera crew tonight, Keith Stewart and Lakeith Eastman. I'm Brandon Lewis. Have a great rest of your Thursday night. We'll talk to you tomorrow night inside the Roundhouse. This is Bobcat Basketball. You've been watching KFJB-TV.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is made possible by Assured Partners, Greg Young of Marshalltown, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, The Gregors Furniture and Mattress, Sports Plus, Wayward Social, Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown, Marshalltown School District, Scooters of Marshalltown, State Farm, mtownproud.com.